What's going on, people? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Oh, slide. Oh, slide to the left. All right, there we go. There we go. That's better. Hello, everyone's. Can you guys hear me? I see myself messing up on the screen. I told you, these damn Kody monsters. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Hopefully everybody's having a safe and relaxing holiday. We're all up in here together. If you guys can hear me, give me that one. Give me that one. One is for fun. Two, not so much, I guess. All right. What's going on? What's going on? Dawn Clark in the house. Lizzie B in the house. What's up? Happy Merry Christmas. Happy Kwanzaa if you celebrate that. Happy Hanukkah. Whatever you got going on, happy holidays. We are in the house. We watched another. I was able to watch the episode. And I'm going to give the clues as best I can that allowed me to watch the episodes, because I want everybody who wants to participate to be able to participate, because I actually care about you guys being able to do it. All right, I see the ones popping. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. Amy Wheeler, what's good? What's good? I see you. All right, guys. It's going to be simple as this. I'm not going to hold you. I'm going to try not to hold you all night. We won't do a power hour, 5-hour live. I know some of you like, this dude he talks too damn much. I don't mind watching this stuff, but he's a little crazy. He a little cray-cray. Okay. How do I do this? Oh, duh. But yeah, I took notes. All right, just so everybody knows, TLC is still messing up, y'all. Can we go ahead and say that? We just gonna go ahead and say it. TLC is messing up. They dropping the bag. What we call dropping the bag, fumbling the bag. They messing their money up. All right, because I wasn't able to watch the episodes. I was watching the previous Sister Wives on 2 subscriptions. The Max, HBO Max, and Discovery Plus. I had both those subscriptions, right? Specifically so I could watch these type shows. TLC, in their infinite wisdom, decided to make it an exclusive to their cable programming. So if you pay for cable, if you pay for like the subscription through cable to watch TLC, you can download the TLC Go app, and because you're paying for like cable or whatever, you can watch those episodes. That's where I found it. That's where it's available. I also heard that it's available on Filio. I'm gonna write it in the chat so folks can see it. Let me find my damn chat box, because apparently my chat disappeared on me. Where's my chat box? It just knocked off my other damn chat box. All right, so let me see. I gotta restart this. Yeah, but it's on Filio. Exactly. Tracy McMurray, thank you. Who the hell still have cable? I didn't have cable. I haven't had cable in years. I haven't had cable. They messed this up. Like you have to have cable in order to download it. I had to subscribe to a channel. Like, I'm actually on YouTube TV now. Like, it's crazy. So I get some benefits because some folks in the house watch other programs. Like, my kid and my wife watch different programs. So I'm able to, make that excuse. But I've not had cable in my house for years. Like, I've always been streaming. I've been streaming for the longest time. So the way they do it is you were supposed to have the streaming network, and they never. And the craziest part to me is you're supposed to have the cable tie-in. Then you would download TLC Go. That's an app that you can, run through your TV if you have like a Roku or a smart TV or like the Fire Stick or whatever. You can get the app, download it through TLC Go. You can also watch it on your phone, tablet, all that kind of stuff, computer, if you can download the app. But you have to have you have to have a cable provider to be able to link it. TLC should have said that. Who the hell does goes basically you go on commando, like, I'm just gonna do this, y'all, it's gonna be incredible. Like, who does that? This is what I'm doing for myself. It's gonna be amazing, and I'm not going to tell anybody. Like, obviously, people want to see it. There's an interest in seeing it, which is why you're doing it in the first place. That's why you're doing it in the first place, because people are interested in seeing it. So you come up with this idea to do it. Awesome. So just damn do it. So I don't know. It's a freaking mess. Let me restore my chat. I can't even see my stuff. My thing is disappearing. One of my monitors went down. Hold on a second, guys. Let me. I tell you, them criminals be on full tilt, messing up my stuff. It's a damn shame. All right, yeah. And see, I still have cable, Zuma, Mativo. It's still expensive. Like, cable's expensive as hell. And it almost makes it to the point where it's not worth it. Like, because there's so many channels, there's so much crap going on with it. That might just be a man down. Let me see. Jamie Gallant with the $5 super chat, $4.99 super chat. Go just long enough for me to finish helping Santa tonight. LOL. Merry Christmas, James. Hope you and your family have a great holiday. Thank you so much, Jamie. I appreciate that. I know that's why I said I would do it, is because I figured it'd be like a rap companion. That's why I called it the rap party, so that everybody can kind of get together, put the thing on and just kind of rap presents as we talk about this stupidity that I saw tonight on this show. And if you can't get it, and I'm going to say this, I'm going to go on record. If you can't get it, guess what, y'all? I'm gonna pull out what I can pull from it. I'm gonna talk about it, and maybe you don't necessarily have to watch it. Like, if TLC don't give a shit, then why should we? You know what I mean? Like, if you guys don't care enough about your stuff, your business, the things that you put out, your content, then why should the audience members care more about seeing your stuff? This actually reminds me, story time. This reminds me of something that I always say to my kids. If you don't put enough energy into saying it so that the other people who you're communicating with can hear it, then why should they put extra energy into hearing what you're talking about? In other words, if you don't care whether they hear it or not, why should they care what you say? So if TLC wants us to see these programs, you want us to watch these shows, you paying them the extra bit of loot so they sit on the couch and they give their perspective. If you are doing that, then it might make sense to me, and call me crazy, call me cray-cray, it might make sense to me if you make sure the people who actually want to see it, which is why you're paying them to do it, those people can actually watch it and enjoy it. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. This is like you guys saying, like your favorite music artist saying, I'm coming out with my best album ever. It's going to be incredible. I'm only going to play it in my house, though. What difference does it make? You could have shot this at your house and played it as a home movie during the holidays, the way they did it. And I also don't like, since I'm going all the way in on TLC, like I said last on Friday when I tried to download it and I couldn't get it because I assumed it was going to be on Max and Discovery Plus like so many other people. If if you don't want me to see it, why did you put it out there? Why did you advertise it? You put so much into making sure that everybody wants to watch this show, but then you don't make sure that we can watch the dang on show. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. I want to get somebody else. And not to mention, guys, some of these, not to be a jerk, but some of these subscription places, they offer a 7-day free trial period. I'm just saying, you might watch it and then, decide that it's not for you. Yeah, but you ain't heard that from me. You didn't hear that from me. Let me see. All right. I think that's it. All right, guys. All right. So basically, it's simple as this. We gonna run through it. And I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna keep it up crazy. But let me see. I know I've been getting more chats than this. This is crazy. Let me see. I gotta. Oh, sorry guys. These gremlins is kicking my butt. Alright. So. Okay, Amy Wheeler with the $5 super chat. Merry Christmas, James. Get him. I would rather come watch you than TLC. Love your show. Thank you so much, Amy. I appreciate that. If I've missed anybody else, I apologize. But let's get this. Let's. It's showtime. It's go time. We gonna get it. We're not taking those shorts on this channel. So, first things first. Kody complained when he sat down and they started doing it. What was this? Cynthia Lopez. TLC did us all dirty. Yeah, they did. By not allowing it to be streamed online. I ain't getting cable for 2 talkbacks. I'll wait for someone to post it on Facebook for free. That's how I watch part 1. Yeah, somebody go blackbeard that shit. That's all TLC. And as much as these people complain about pirating and stuff, you're encouraging it because you're not making it available. And more to the point, not even forget making it available. You're not even making it known what you're doing. So if this was a power play for you to be able to negotiate higher income because, Sister Wives ratings are at the all-time high. If this was a position for them to try to renegotiate their contract with some of the cable shows, then you guys are dropping the damn bag. You're messing up because you want to be able to show the numbers. And you have to let people know that it's a cable exclusive so that they go and hopefully, for TLC's sake, they hopefully will go out and buy the cable. But like so many people are saying in the chat, I will be honest, but for this show, but for this channel, I probably wouldn't have got it. I wouldn't have watched it because I wouldn't have paid for the cable or whatever. I haven't paid for anything yet because, again, I'm on a free subscription, but you ain't heard that from me. Hello. Anyway, when Kody sat down tonight, we'll run through some of the highlights. When Kody sat down tonight, one of the first things he said was, is there, looking at the little tablet or whatever. I don't have my tablet in it. He's looking at the tablet, he's going through it, and he's like, this is a game of gotcha. Because obviously he knows he's going to look like shit because he's looked terrible throughout the entire series. So obviously he's going to look bad. So he's upset because he has to get brought in and he has to do his reaction. Now, for those who aren't familiar, what's going to happen is during the course of the show, they do like they pick out scenes from previous episodes, even starting from like episode 1. Where they started picking out scenes and he's supposed to go through and describe how he was feeling, what he was feeling, kind of the feeling of where he was then, an explanation of where he is then versus where they are now. And you, of course, you got to recognize the fact that early on in the whole series, he held out the whole idea that, you know, love needs to be multiplied, not divided. I love everybody. I'm a happy guy. I'm in love with this one. I'm in love with this one. I'm in love with this one. And I just recently fell in love with Robyn. But it's just so much love going around. Like, he did that whole thing, right? So now he has to go back and explain because he's been holding out that he didn't never care about nobody. I didn't like anybody. I couldn't stand these 3 women. And then when I finally met Robyn, the heavens opened and all of a sudden Robyn came down on an effervescent cloud. It was beautiful. Like, that's how he's been describing it. So he's kind of confronted with that whole thing. So this is where he talks about it being a gotcha moment for him. Ava Ma with the $5 super chat. Hopefully I got your name right. I might be killing that. It's like Avel. Avilama. I think that's it. Kody thinks rewriting history improves his image, but he's just making himself a whole donkey. And by donkey, Avilama is too kind and too pleasant and too wonderful to say that Kody is making himself an ass. Like, that's what it is. Cody's making himself look like an ass because he's coming in. He's basically saying, don't believe your lying eyes. Believe what I'm telling you. Believe me. Believe me. I don't believe you. I don't believe that you were a good guy. You know what I mean? I think you were a liar. And I think that they propagated the show out. And it, again, like I've always called it the polygamy propaganda program because I think that he was propagandizing the concept of polygamy as though it was a functional, viable source of union for couples and for, not for couples, but for people to engage in to develop family and family ties. I think it's a very difficult, if not impossible, form of relationship for you to be able to maintain. The only way it could truly work, and this is just me speaking, my mind, the only way in my imagination that it could truly work is if you don't really have any of the wives that you are truly in love with. Because it becomes way more difficult. They did the whole thing, and I might jump around a little bit, because they did the whole thing where they were trying to explain that, you know, we love each other, and it was such an even love, and such, and it was so working so well. And then when Robyn came in the family, that was the first woman I think he was genuinely infatuated, like the infatuation type love with. With the other ladies, and this is no disrespect to them, so please don't take it as disrespect to these ladies. I think that they had kind of the love where it was the love of convenience. When he met and married Meri, it's the idea that Meri was a woman who was in his religion, who was down for the cause. She was willing to allow him to have other wives. So she's, you know, at the time he might have looked at her and said, you know, she ain't a bad looking woman. She's pretty good looking. I think I could do that. And of course, you know, you're a young guy. You had that vigor. He got that vigor. So you willing to do it, you know, it is what it is. And then you go get married, and Meri helps you to start, and she's okay with you courting and dating other women, but she's not really okay because, again, I think in Meri's situation, she signed up for something and agreed to something that she didn't really agree with. She went along with something that she didn't want to go along with. She believed in it because that's what she was told that she had to believe and the things that she had to do. And so when she starts doing it, and it starts happening, she doesn't like it. She likes Kody. She loves Kody. You can see the way she looks at him. Even on the show, like in the earlier seasons, the way she used to look at him, she adored Kody. She genuinely felt something for him. So it would be very difficult for me to think that Kody, she was still there. And I think that's why she held on as long as she did. She was still there. She was genuinely in love with him. Cody wasn't necessarily genuinely in love with her. He loved the idea. He loved the thing that he thinks he should be. And then when he gets Janelle, that becomes a whole physical thing, and as well as a financial thing. Then he gets Christine. She's an advantage because of her positioning in the church. And there is, I think, a certain level of sexual attraction that he had with Christine, a certain sexual chemistry he had with her. But then when he got with Robyn, because of her position as the diesel dream model and the pretty girl who's been in a couple movies, or at least that's what he heard. I mean, she did some student films at the local college, some home movies or whatever that the people were shooting, and he thought he had it, and so. It's the difference of, and when people say it, as I'm listening to the even the Sister Wives, the OG3 talk about it. Oh, we were in love, we had to love. At least with the pecs and ab thing, right? He's killing the gym. But when he had the whole thing with the relationships and stuff that he had, it's kind of like the love and passion that you have when you're very young, when you're in high school or maybe in college. Like you swear that this person that you're dating is the end all be all. This is the deepest love and nobody in the world understands this powerful love and this incredible. But as you start to get older and you start to experience more things and you're exposed to more, you realize that yes, it was a lot of passion, a lot of lust, a lot of, a lot of moving parts, a lot of things were happening, but it wasn't genuine love. And you don't realize that you weren't in love. And let's be honest, at least from my experience, I'm speaking from my experience. If I was to honestly say, when I dated as a young man, especially in my 20s, early 20s, and I was in a serious relationship with somebody, you couldn't tell me I wasn't in love. But then when I got older and I really started focusing on where I was and what I was about and what I want out of a relationship and who I want to be as a person, and does this person help me be the person I want to be for the rest of my life? And I start weighing that, and I look back on some of the relationships I had. It wasn't the same thing. Like I was nowhere near in deeply as in love as I thought I was. And I think that's one of the complications they find themselves in. And I think that part of the reason why it's such a heavy complication is because they've had families together. When you start throwing kids on top of it, you got to go back, and nobody wants to be wrong. So you try to justify how you felt at the time. And I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing on anybody. I just think it's kind of is what it is. It's not good. It's not bad. It just is. Yeah, I thought it was interesting that as part of it, again, I'm going to kind of give like a little bit of a blow-by-blow. Not a blow-by-blow, but just some of the highlights. Robyn, she said, and she's watching the older family, and they're sitting there talking and stuff, and they're showing pictures of like the kids and Kody when they were like young and they first got together. And it was like the picture with the three women sitting all around Kody. Don't Clark, you got me. I gotta get my ninja up so I can put some of these up on screen. Yeah, but when they were watching like the family, and they were like the young Kody, young Robyn, young Janelle, when they all first got married. This is before they had kids. And Robyn looks right in the camera and she says, "This is the family that I fell in love with way before Kody." What? What? You do, of course, realize that when they took this picture, you were like 9 years old. What are you talking about? I fell in love with them. You didn't know them. There's no way you guys, even if you knew them, they were just like kind of the young couple that was in the young polygamists who were in the church. They weren't sticking out to you. I don't believe that. You lunatic. But she's so vested in trying to make herself like the authority, which I always thought was kind of weird. Even from like season 1, episode 1, where she would speak on polygamy as though she was an authority of polygamy. Like at that time, she knew about as much about polygamy as I did. Because you haven't been in a relationship, you just got to know how they should work based on stuff that you've seen and maybe things that you watch happen, but you weren't necessarily involved with it. And even when Christine, and she talks about the juicy scoop, see, I got it this time, y'all. You can't make fun of me because I called it soapy dirty or something like that. I called it like saucy soap, whatever. But juicy scoop, when she did that podcast, she said that she didn't think that Robyn was really about polygamy because when she first came into the family, she started talking about couples. Me and Kody are a couple. This is what Robyn was saying. Kody and I are a couple. Christine, you and Kody are a couple. Meri and Kody are a couple. Janelle and Kody are a couple. Like, we're all separate couples. It's like we're just kind of dating the same guy, but we're pretending like he's not the same guy in order for us to be able to function as a family. And that in and of itself is the fundamental difference and foundational difference which makes the relationships not work as a polygamous family. Because if you're all separate, then that's fine. You're all just baby mamas, basically. And that kind of is what it is. Sarcasm for fun up in the house with the 1999 super chat. Robyn knows who she is and what she did and is good with God. She clearly doesn't tell God she doesn't just kick dogs, but also women and children and steal their money. Please hit that like button. And Merry Christmas, James et al. So she's giving everybody a Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Sarcasm for Fun. Thank you for coming in and joining in. Lovely to see ya. Welcome, welcome. I wish I could put my stuff up. My other screen went down. I can't. Oh, Kremlins is killing my show, boy. They're killing my show. Yeah, of course, I did have that mention. Robyn at one point said that my conscience is clear and I could go to God before and tell him to his face that I have never done anything wrong. You know what? Psychopaths could go to consciences are clear too. Yes, you found 50 people in my basement, but my conscience is clear. You know what I mean? So the fact that you don't feel guilty about it isn't really, it's more or less a critique on your character. The fact that you've done this to this family and you don't care because you don't feel guilty at all. That's more or less that's more or less who you are and where you are. You've told me everything I need to know about you in that one statement. Like she tries to argue, and I know why she said it. She said it so that she can appeal to people and make them feel like she's actually doing something. Like, oh, you guys don't understand. This is how I feel, and I feel vindicated, and I feel justice, and I feel like I'm valiant and I'm honorable. But the truth of the matter is, you're arguing why we should like you, but the argument that you have of why we should like you because you did all these things and you don't feel bad is why people don't like you. That's why people don't like you. Because you did a whole bunch of shit, you participated in a bunch of stuff, and you ruined a whole family. You destroyed a whole family. And I'm not going to just put it on Robyn because I don't think that that's fair. But Robyn was a part of it. She was a party to it. And you can't even acknowledge your culpability of when you came in and you tore this family to pieces. And that makes you an asshole. Right there. You know what I mean? That makes you a part of the problem. And at least acknowledge that, whether you liked it or not, you went for it or not, you agreed with it or not. Kody did prefer you. And because he preferred you, he treated you different. And because he treated you different, and these women who had invested, and that's the whole thing, we have to talk about, because we can't just talk about what he did wrong. We have to talk about the things that happened before that. We have to set the stage. He and these ladies invested not only their time, energy, their youth, their wombs. I'm going to say it one more time because it's that important. They invested their wombs, their health, and their bodies into this relationship. And Kody decided he was going to turn his back on it because you made him feel good. You put him in his fee-fees. So because he started feeling extra vigor, all of a sudden, he didn't find any value in these other women. And it destroyed these relationships. Now, whether it's your fault or not, it was you. You were the target. You were the object of his obsession. You were the reason why he did what he did. Whether it's your fault or not, at least acknowledge that part of it. And I think if she acknowledged that, these women would be far more forgiving about her party to the whole situation. Her involvement with the whole situation. Just make sure I got this. Oh, YouTube is my time machine with the $5 super chat. So James, she had a question. She said, so James, can you clarify who actually picked the dress? LOL. Yes, I can. It was Kody's ass. And my favorite part of that, because I did have that down there too. I might have to start checking these off, make sure I don't. I actually got it in. Let me just take a few seconds so that. Okay. Oh, okay. So, yes, Kody, they did the whole thing where, if you guys recall, Christine, Janelle, and Meri all went with Robyn to go pick the dress for the big TLC wedding. Because let's not make no mistakes. That was a TLC wedding. Thank you very much for the super chat. If I didn't thank you, YouTube time is my time machine. And Merry Christmas. Yeah, here it is. Chris dress picking. So they went down, they picked a dress. And during this time, they're all excited because they're all a part of it. And they feel like they're helping out. And they're going to be a part of this whole big thing. And it's not just Kody marrying this Robyn. It's the whole family welcoming Robyn into the whole family. And these ladies are going to play an integral part in welcoming Robyn to the whole family. So Robyn, in her graciousness, invited these ladies to go out with her to pick the dress. We're going to all go out and pick the dress together. It's going to be so amazing. You know, it's girl time, girl power all day, every day. Independent women in the house. They singing Beyonce on the way to the damn place. You know, got the all the single ladies, all the single ladies, all the single ladies, put your hands up. Right? He put a ring on it. You know, they was playing that shit all the way to the place. You know what I mean? And they all showing their rings. We got rings on it. Oh, 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 oh. And they did that whole thing. And then she come out and they all having fun. And they all get dressed up. And she's like Shantaeing and sachet Shantaeing back and forth singing I'm too sexy for myself. And the whole bit. Right? And she was so impressed with herself. It was incredible. It was such a great time. They were laughing. They were giggling. They were having fun with each other. They actually felt like sisters. And only to have Kody, because, you know, he can't be undone. He can't play the backseat to no one, including to his beloved Robyn. He sat there and volunteered some information. He said, gotta let you guys know something. I picked a dress. Christine, mad as shit. Christine was like, oh, lovely. Janelle, hurt. Meri, hurt. Everybody hurt. Robyn, uncharacteristically hurt. You know what? And the messed up part about it is, Christine was hurt, and she was the most vocal about it. And the reason why she was the most vocal about it was because she realized at that moment, according to her, you can see it in her face. And I believe her when she says this. She realized at that moment that Kody loved her way more, Robyn way more than he ever loved Christine. He was excited about little things. And this is what, you know, this is how you can tell. He was excited about the little things that he was doing with Robyn. He wanted to share in every aspect of what was going on with Robyn. He didn't give a shit about sharing nothing with Christine. He didn't care that she got married. He didn't care what she looked like or how she got dressed, how she put it together. Just show up, I'll see you there. Okay, fine, we get married. He didn't care. Right? But with Robyn, he wanted to be involved with everything. Robyn, and Meri was upset Because she had said, it's kind of messed up that happened. And she tried to hold herself back. Same thing with Janelle. She tried to hold herself back. And they did say something about the waste of time. And that's what I wanted to talk about. Because as soon as I saw that, even the first time, I was like, this was just a waste of time. Because you asked them to go out and help you pick a dress. So they took the afternoon or the day to go spend this time with you so that you could get ready for your special day. And you invited them out as though it was special that they were going to spend this time with you. Then you turn right around and went out with Kody. You didn't pick a dress that day. It's not like you picked a dress with them or you had a couple selections and you weren't sure what you were going to do. You just went out for the play and the act out. Then you take them home. You go out with Kody. Then you actually start dress shopping. That shit is disgusting. And it's disgusting for this very good reason. And I'm going to look right into the camera. It's very disgusting for this very good reason. The reason why it's disgusting, because at the time, Truly was a newborn. Truly was a newborn. So you took Christine away from her newborn baby so you could go out and play act. And you and Kody have the audacity to not understand why this woman is upset. You took her away from her baby so you could go play. You playing with my time. Why would you do that? You knew when we went out. She knew when she went out because she tried to play like I didn't see nothing I liked and I just wanted to go. Kody said he'll go with me. Lady, you knew when you walked out the damn door that you wasn't going to pick nothing and you were going to go out with Kody later on. If anything, you might get some ideas so that when you went out with Kody, you could pull up the dresses that you saw and that you liked, and then he would give his contribution. Of course, Robyn came back and said, oh no, I didn't pick that dress because of what Kody did. That's not why I picked that dress. Kody didn't pick the dress. I picked the dress. You lying ass. Kody admitted when he was sitting on the couch and he picked out the dress. If you'd picked out the dress, why didn't you tell him when he was sitting on the couch, I picked out the dress? Why didn't you look at him and say, you lying ass bitch, you ain't pick out nothing. I picked the dress. Why are you trying to mess me up with these women? That's not what she said at the time. I'm not trying to do your little, I'm going to redress it and I'm going to fix it and I'm going to switch it around. I'm going to retell the story. I'm going to recreate history. I'm not trying to do all that. I'm not up for it. You know what I mean? You can miss me with all that. You sat there on that couch. He said, I picked the dress. Robyn came up out her mouth and said, yeah, I didn't want you guys to know that I went out with Kody to pick the dress. I didn't want you guys to know that because I wanted to preserve our special time. No, you wanted to keep the conniving going on. That right there would have told me that you a conniving ass. Robyn, you conniving. You a conniver. Because you sit there, you plan to go out with him, and then you going to hide it back that this is something you did. Janelle had even asked, and here's the part that they didn't show on the show tonight, but I'm going to give you guys a perspective because I remember. This is what makes me kind of an ass. I'm going to be honest with you. This makes me hard to be in relationships with, and I recognize that. Is that I remember stuff. I remember stuff in context of when it happened and what happened. So, no, that's not what happened. I'm one of them people. But, when Robyn had said that, Janelle had asked, like right before they had this whole conversation, they were talking about the dress, and they were kind of like, before they actually started filming, they kind of clipped it and put it into the segment, like the couch confessional segment. Janelle had looked over and said, yeah, what dress did you wind up settling on? I don't remember when you picked the dress. And Robyn sat there and was like, oh, I'm not going to tell you which one it was. I'm not going to tell you. Janelle had been asking. And she said, I asked you before, and you're keeping it like it's a big secret that we can't even find out what it is. And she said, oh, nobody's going to know what it is. She tried to pretend like she secretly went back and picked the dress because she wants it to be a surprise to everybody. You conniving ass liar. That's what you told them. And then for the Kody to come out and be like, yeah, the guy who shouldn't know what the dress looks like, I totally know what it looked like. Because traditionally, the men don't know what the dress look like. You're supposed to be surprised. It's supposed to be the most loveliest day, the most surprising, beautifulest time you ever see your wife. She looks amazing. I've never seen her look so beautiful. You can have that still, but you really get the full impact if you don't see her in the dress. In fact, in some cultures, in some circles, it's bad luck for the groom to see the bride before the wedding, like to see her in her dress or her garb or whatever you want to call it. It's bad luck, so most people don't do that. But yeah, that was a crazy one, because again, this goes back to Robyn and Kody trying to recondition their image because they're trying to get their own show. It's not gonna work because they just come off bad. Let's see. Okay, Kim's finally free. What's up, Kim? How you doing? All right. Hope you having a Merry Christmas. With a $20 super chat, $19.99 super chat. Thank you for keeping me company while I prep Christmas dinner for tomorrow. I know. I'm cooking too. Greens on the stove, mac and cheese and dressing. Okay. Kim doing it up. She said she got the mac and cheese and the dressing up next to prepare. Bro. That's what I'm talking about. Have a very Merry Christmas tomorrow with your family. You as well. It sounds like you guys got it popping off. Oh, man. Greens, string beans. I got to tell y'all, I'm going to be... story time. I'm going to tell you the truth. My family... They used to live. My grandmother, my grandfather came up from down south. My grandmother, my mother's side, from Georgia, near Atlanta, whatever. You talking about country? We used to go down there when I was a kid, down to the farm and stuff. Oh, you talking about eating, son? Oh, baby. Everybody in that family could cook their ass off. It was crazy. The food was so good. It was insane. Like, we used to go down south. I'm sorry, I'm going to get a little bit off of it. I'm coming back to it. But we used to go down south, y'all. If you ain't never been down south with a little southern comfort, I'm going to tell you there's nothing like it. We would go down south. And like I said, they weren't in the big city. It was out in the country. We would go down. We'd be down there for almost a month, right, during the summer. Let me tell you something. You wake up, they cooking, right? The house just waffling, smelling delicious. You eat breakfast. By the time you get finished breakfast, they start lunch, okay? They start to make lunch. Then you go out, you play. You come back, you eat lunch. By the time you finish lunch, they start dinner. And when I say dinner, I'm talking about dinner, son. Whew! Wake up, you be full as hell. They don't make food like that no more. That's that go to sleep food. You had a straight up itis. You be sitting there, just drooling on yourself. I love it. All right, I hope you have a great day tomorrow. I hope everybody has a great day tomorrow. Get full, have fun. That's what it's about. Spend time with your family. Forget all the presents and the bills you done ran up trying to impress somebody. To buy your kids a bunch of stuff so they can sit there and play with the boxes? What? What? All that money I spent, you better start playing with these toys. You know what I mean? Especially you go crazy, call yourself buying a bunch of gifts, you be coming out there, all you doing is stumbling over toys for the next week. You don't pick these toys up. Okay. Sharon Lane, it's called supper, y'all. You know it. You see, Sharon Lane, bro, she from this house, you know. I bet you money she from this house. I haven't heard supper in years. Cynthia Lopez with you playing the dirty. Cynthia Lopez said that Robyn's gonna need a facelift. Jeez. Shelby with the $1.99 super chat. Was one off your first 100 here. So glad to see you. Glad to see you too. Thanks for coming in. You guys keeping it live. Make sure you hit that like button. I appreciate that. Yo, man. But yeah, back to the foolishness. I'm sorry, I started reminiscing. You know, because it's that time of year. You start talking about food. Oh, baby. And then come next week, it's all gym time. Now, next week, I'm going to be guilty as hell. Be walking around looking sad. What have I done to myself? Rachel with the $10 super chat. Mr. James, I love your insights. Hey, and you and chat are on fire. Yes, they are. The chat is always on fire. Happy holidays. Or as you would say, Merry Christmas. Everybody smash, like, and give James all your love. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Mr. James always been here. Enjoy. Thank you so much, Rachel. I appreciate that. Yeah, you have a happy holiday as well. If you don't celebrate Christmas, the reason for the season, you know, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, just a daggone day off. How about that? If you get a little time off, you get a little extra money in the bank, enjoy it. Enjoy it. Pat Clark with the $9.99 super chat. James, you and this group have given me hours of laughter and fun. Good health, love, and wealth to everyone. Season's greetings from Arizona. Okay, in AZ. Stop by Kody's house and tell him, so sorry. Sad to see you go. Pat Clark and House, you have a wonderful Christmas and you have a great holiday. Hope you guys, everybody, and I appreciate this chat too because you guys keep me going. I was almost like, maybe I shouldn't do it, but I was like, oh, hell no, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it tonight. I don't care if 3 people show up. We're going to have us some fun talking about this ridiculousness. But, yeah, but back to this foolishness. Back to this foolishness. Yeah. Kody described, this is one of my crazy parts. Kody described his first interaction with Robyn as being love struck. And he said, out his damn mouth. Out his mouth. He said the other women were just jealous. My whole thing, like I think I alluded to it before, but I will restate. Like he said before, if you are in love with Robyn, I'm tired of this dude pretending like, oh, the act is easy. No, you ass, the act isn't easy. Because if you have a favorite, they know. Just like I would say that to a parent. It's akin to a parent who has a child in the house. They think they out slipping and sliding, not treating the husband or the wife well. If the kids are there, they see all that. They recognize all that. These women aren't dumb. They're not dumb. So when he was sitting there pretending like, oh, I go out with Robyn and I'm so in love with her, but then I come back and I pretend to be in love with these women, they have no idea I don't care about them. They know. They knew that you were all about Robyn. I can take these out because I only have no ears thing playing. They knew that you were all about Robyn. They knew that. They knew that you didn't really care for them and that you were all about this one relationship. They could see the difference in how you talk. Christine, and this is kind of heartbreaking because Christine did say during one of her confessionals that she could see the difference in how Kody treated Robyn's kids, even the ones he adopted, versus how he treated her children, which, by the way, are his kids. She could see the difference between how he treated the kids and the disparagement between how he treated the kids. And I think that in and of itself is insulting. And what it starts to set up is the eventual reason as to why he lost all his relationships. He didn't lose these relationships because I'll go on record now and I'll say this. I don't think Kody lost his relationships because he necessarily mistreated these women. I think that these women were in it to win it. They were in it for the long haul. They were committed to him. They were committed to the family. They would have stayed. The thing that drove these women away, the thing that broke these relationships up, was the fact that Kody had turned his back on his children. Had he stayed loyal to his children, mister, you got to show some loyalty to me. You got to show respect to me. Had he shown respect and loyalty to his kids, he would have been able to maintain these relationships. These women wouldn't have went anywhere. He lost Christine because of how he treated Isabel. When you sit up there, I did it on Friday when TLC screwed me. When he looked Isabel in the face, and you could see in Christine's whole grill, she was not happy that Kody wasn't going. That was breaking her. But that was tearing her a little bit. But what broke her and what tore her away from the family and tore her away from Kody was when he looked Isabel in the face and he said to her, yeah, well, you know what? Matter of fact, I might even still have it. Yeah, I still got it. You know what? Let's play it. Oh, shit. We're going to play it. We're going to play where they broke up. But before I get into it, Lizzie B with the $10 super chat. The fact he wouldn't impose the same rules from the OG3s to Robyn's and her kids, it's a clear sign Kody was biased and unfair. Smash the like button. Yes. Happy holidays. Happy holidays, Lizzie B. I'm glad you're here. Yeah, let's take a look at this real quick. Because I got it pulled up from when I was doing it. Let me see. No, that's wrong. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Check this shit out. Is it playing? It's not playing. Oh. It's not playing. I told you, these damn Kremlins. Damn you, Kody. Kody messing my whole gig up. Damn you, Kody. Alright, the hell with it. This is the time when Kody looked her in her face and said that she could go alone. She could go to some back surgery alone. She could go to back surgery alone. In New York. He was like, yeah, she gonna fly across the country. I'm not flying across the country because it's too dangerous. Well, what about her going by herself? What? What? You know what I mean? And that shit, I was like, I don't know how Christine kept herself together. Because I'm surprised that she didn't rip her to pieces. Jody Wally, what's up? You know what I mean? I felt bad for her. That was terrible. And then when he did that, and then later I found out that they broke up, I was like, of course they broke up. Of course. Of course. What did you think was going to happen? I don't care how good you think you slanging that thing on her. You twisting her up, you providing, you paying for it, you bought her a mansion, you treat her kid like that. I mean, that was like, and then he said, then it came out during the I'm about to call it the saucy scoop, but that's not it. The saucy scoop, is that it? The soapy scoop, whatever the shit. I messed it up. It's that podcast Christine did. During that podcast, she revealed that Kody had basically told her, and it's implied in the other clips that I have that apparently aren't going to play, because the Kremlins are out tearing my stuff up. But it was implied that, or he expressly said, look, I can't travel with you to New York because I'll be away from my family for too long. And the family he was talking about, because keep in mind, he wasn't going to visit. He never saw Meri. He wasn't seeing Meri at all. He hadn't seen Meri for years at that point. He wasn't going over to Janelle's house because of the boys and their social activities. So the only family, Juicy Scoop, thank you. The saucy soap. The Juicy Scoop podcast. The only reason why he wasn't going to go was because he couldn't be away from Robyn and her kids for a long period of time. At one point, I thought for sure I got to find the clip, because I know for a fact that Robyn has said that he can't be away because Solomon and Ari are used to him tucking them in. And she can't have him not come over the house to tuck them in the bed at night because they don't sleep. without him tucking them in. So you can't tell me that it's all of a sudden it's okay. And you were fooling these women because the act is over. The moment you start mistreating the children, the act is over. And Christine laid it out and basically said because he wasn't doing the things he was supposed to do for my kids, that's when I was done. That's when I was done. Janelle had even came out and said that she would have stayed with him had he done the right thing by her kids. Had he done the right thing by her kids, she never would have left him. That's what Janelle said. Rochelle with the $10 super chat. Don't always have money, but you got my debit. Oh, thank you so much, Rachel. I appreciate it. That's all right. You don't got to have money to play. Always have super chat for Mr. James. Happy belated Hanukkah, but I love Christmas. Everyone give Mr. J that HBO special for Christmas. Yes, make it a very Merry Christmas. And I tell you what, Rachel, happy Hanukkah to you. Okay, and anybody, whatever you celebrate, like I said, happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, happy damn day off. I just hope you guys have a good time with your friends and family. It's a reason to eat. It's a reason for you to enjoy some company. So take advantage of it because like I said with Kody and them on Friday, this time on this planet is short. We only get so many rotations around this mother. Make the most of it while you can with the people who you choose to spend your time with and who make you feel good. Ada Doom. I love it. Ada Doom. $1.99 super chat. Hope Santa's good to you. Merry Christmas, James. Thank you so much. Hey, if I'm up, and my feet hit the dirt, and as long as I'm on the dirt and not under the dirt, I'm having a good day. That's where I roll. Raspberry with the $10 super chat. Happy holidays, James. Robyn looked extremely uncomfortable during the talk back. Yeah. You know why? Because she knew that it was going to be about her. Could her documented expression and body language contribute to a divorce case against Kody? Yes, technically, in Arizona, you don't really need a reason to get divorced. You can just say, I don't want to be here no more. It's a no-fault state. But if she's going to try to come out, I don't think that it's just about the legal divorce. I also think that it's about, one, ingratiating herself to the audience. Because I'm going to do a video about speaking Codanese and Robynese. Because when she says a lot of things, what she's actually doing is very specific. She married the man. What is it? She didn't just want the man. She wanted the family. Well, in Robyn's case, that's what Christine said. In Robyn's case, her intro should have been, I didn't want the man. I wanted the money. So now that she has access to the money and because she's the legal wife and she has access to the bag, right? The next step to that is to have independent access to the bag. And the best way for her to do that is for her to get her own show or become a critical member on one of the other wives' show if they get a spinoff. And then I think that she's trying to usurp or adopt the audience by turning against Kody. Because it's that idea that, they don't dislike me. As Kody said, they don't even know you, Robyn. I mean, she's only been on TV for 14 years. They don't know who you are. But the whole idea is that Robyn, I think because of her personality and her self-centeredness, she thinks that the audience doesn't like her because she's with Kody. So in order for her to get favor from the audience, all she really has to do is turn on this guy. It's not that they dislike me, they just dislike this guy. And if I can separate myself from this guy, then they'll start liking me. I think that that's what's going on in her mind. So if she's trying to set herself up as a victim of another victim of Kody, because she sees how much love and adoration that Christine and even now Janelle and even Meri is receiving from the audience, and the acceptance that they're receiving from the audience, that only encourages her to do what she's about to do to Kody. And that's to jack his ass up. She's about to jack him up. And I think that that's the reason why she's going to do it. Some people are going to say, no, James, that's not what she's going to do it. She's just genuinely upset because she really loves him and she's selfish. No. I think that in her mindset, she sees us kind of like as idiots, and we'll just kind of go along with the idea that she can break away from him. Oh man. 70s girl, what's up? Happy holidays, James. Happy holidays to you, 70s girl. $4.99 super chat. I ordered their book from Amazon. Can't wait to read it. Uh-oh. It was going to put it on the I was going to put it on the Xmas list, but I was too embarrassed. Yeah. Some of these are kind of that, like, quiet, oops, oops. Don't tell nobody. Rochelle J in the house. What's up? Merry Christmas, doll. I'm on Saturday duty for grands. Okay. Hope you and your family have a very Merry Christmas, James. Smash the like, please. Yes, smash the like. Merry Christmas, Rochelle J. Hope you enjoy the grands. Everybody's there with a smile on their face, hopefully participating and being polite and well behaved. You know what I mean? When you've been out the game for a little bit, it's hard to jump back in. You know what I mean? Like, I'm here for the good times and cookies. I'm not here for no craziness now. Oh man. Oh, so sorry, talking about Kody and the love struck stuff. Yeah, Meri, she said that was interesting. Meri, when they first started doing the whole introduction of Robyn and Kody going out on the dates with Robyn, Meri said she didn't even want to watch it. It's kind of weird a position of Meri, the person who supposedly put them together, isn't it? The person who supposedly begged Kody to go over and dance with Robyn because she was going to be such a great and strong influence on the family, and such a great introduction, and such a wonderful thing. Okay, Reverend April, what's up? Happy holidays. It's kind of weird to me that all of a sudden, you can't, you don't want to watch the two of them in a relationship that you put together. You're supposed to be the mastermind. That's what they said. I don't buy it. I think that they use Meri as an excuse for the two of them, because if Meri, like, even let's just say Kody and Robyn innocently met. I don't think that's true, but let's say they just innocently happen to meet each other. Because of the way it works out, it just looks better if one of the wives insisted that Kody go pursue Robyn. As opposed to Robyn and Kody just happen to meet, it being kismet, the two of them falling in love, they stare at each other's eyes and be like, you're the one! And then all of a sudden, flowers are jumping up and they, on the wings of love! And then the magic happens when all that, okay, that's great. Doesn't play well on TV because you're a guy with 3 wives and 13 kids. So that shit don't play good. So it really helps if you have one of your wives say that I insisted and I pushed Kody to do it. So that way it takes all the guilt off of Kody for pursuing other women when especially in the financial situation that they were in. So that's kind of where I'm at. DB, TP, that's awesome. $4.99 super chat. I think Robyn is running TLC. She says she wants a show, talks about it, but when it comes time, she fake cries and runs out before the show is on. You know what? That's to try to pull us in, because it makes us want to ask the question, what's wrong with Robyn? Is Robyn okay? Is she all right? The problem that Robyn has is most people don't like her, so I don't give a shit that she jumped up and she was upset about watching them do their commitment. Because she already said, like she said, and like it was mentioned earlier, she's okay. She could, pass today, go to heaven tomorrow, look God in the face and say, I'm okay with everything I did. I have no regrets. So when you say that, and then you're sitting there watching the recommitment ceremony where I'm Kody Brown and this is the Brown family and I put them together, and today, from henceforth, we promise to love one another and care for one another and cherish the unions that we have formed together. When she does all that, and you realize that you were a party to destroying all that, and you have no guilt, you have no regrets, you did nothing wrong, and then you want to jump up and start crying and complaining about how it's not fair that this and the other happened. That's where it gets, that's why nobody cares about you. That's why. But thank you very much for the super chat, DP. And I hope you have a happy and wonderful holiday. But let's get back to some more of this foolishness. Robyn waiting for everyone else to adjust. I don't know why I wrote that. Waiting for everyone else to adjust. Sometimes you write stuff and I'll be like, oh, that's going to be good. I don't know. Oh, yeah, I'll write this down. And be like, I don't know what the hell I was talking about. I know I had a whole line of thought when I wrote it. Meri. Meri, y'all. This is the one time. This is what kind of made that whole thing worth it. Was Meri asked the one question that I've been asking this whole time. People saying Robyn gets zero sympathy. Zero F's given, Robyn. Sit your ass on that couch. Answer these dang old questions. We know you don't care. Michelle, no problem doing that stream to keep y'all company. I understand. I still got some presents to wrap, so I'm gonna be down there after this. So I can't be on till like 4, 5 in the morning. It'd be crazy. And you know the kids, they come in and wake your ass up first thing. Hey, Dad. Hey, y'all coming down? Huh? So y'all can look at the boxes. All right. So one of the things that Meri had asked that I thought was super interesting, she said, is he lying then or is he lying now? Great question, Meri. Great question. And that's what I've been saying this whole time. You know, Kody, he took the position that he was doing all this love vomiting, and that's how he described it. This is why you're an ass, Kody. This is why nobody likes you. Oh, he just says what's on his mind. No, he's not intelligent, because people who are intelligent don't refer to their children's mothers, the feelings that they have for their children's mothers, as love vomit. That's just just a quick suggestion. I mean, take my advice, don't take my advice. It's not even advice. I don't give advice. I just give my observations. Take my observations, I don't care. It is what it is. I would never think that it'd be appropriate for you to call your relationship with your significant other who produced a child, you produced a child with, and the relationship you have as you displaying love vomit. But, that's me. Then Meri takes the position that he loved all of us. And I talked about that. Like, I don't think that I think that he loved you as much as he could at the time. The way he thought he should. But I'm not sure that it's the type of love that these ladies deserved to have with a partner. And that's where I kind of trip a little bit with what they're saying. Like, he considers it love vomit because once he started messing around with Robyn, and I'm going to say it that way. Once he started messing around with Robyn, that's the one he wanted. That's the one he chased. That's the one he started to idealize her. He started to fantasize about her. She's the perfect woman. She's the most awesome lady. She's the one I want, right? And whether it's true or not, for him, that's where it was. It was in Robyn. I'm going to stop that. It was in Robyn. So when Meri and even Christine and Janelle look back on it, they say, well, he was in love with me and he felt a certain kind of way about me. And I'm saying to you that your relationship and your feelings were real. They were real. And they should be validated. But don't look to him and how you try to impose that onto him, because he's just not taking it. He's not doing well with it. Robyn, men gravitate to one wife. Okay. Robyn comes in and she says that men, and she's seen where in polygamous relationships, because she's an expert. She's seen in polygamous relationships where men will gravitate to one wife and show favoritism. And had Kody done that, she would have backed away. And she would have dropped him off. Had he been a type of man to show favoritism to one woman, she wasn't playing that. And she claims that she forced Kody to share. Here's the thing. Even in your statement, you messed up. You said that had he been the kind of person to show favoritism to one wife above all other wives, you would have backed off. But then in the next sentence, you said that you forced him to share his time and stuff with other women. If you had to force him, he wasn't doing it. And you should have backed off, right? Is it me? Am I being an ass? Am I being a jerk? Am I pointing out something that this is something we never speak of? Should I not ask these questions? This is why Robyn was sitting there looking like she just swallowed a damn orange or lemon when she was sitting on the couch. Because people sit there and be like, your stuff you say don't match. I don't understand how people say that she's such a great communicator. When you in one sentence, you say one thing, then in the very next sentence, you say the exact opposite of the thing you just said. I would have stopped messing with him had he not been able to share his time. Clearly, he wasn't able to share his time. That's part of... All these women must be crazy then. All these women must be crazy because you're the only wife. The only wife out of 4 wives. You're the only wife who has said that Kody equally spent his time amongst all other women. The only one. Janelle, the woman who said that her tank was being filled and she was getting everything she needed and she didn't have a problem with how Kody was splitting his time up, she even acknowledged that Kody was spending a majority of his time with Robyn. She even said, like, Kody would come over my house, he would hang out, and he would, we would go to bed, he would get up early, leave my house so that he can go home and be with Robyn and her kids. She said that. That was during COVID. So, what are you talking about? But I guess we're all stupid. Like, that's a part of the thing, too. Like, it's insulting the way Robyn talks to people or tries to explain it to the audience. And again, that's why people don't like you, Robyn. Oh, man. Yeah, I talked about Kody. He said that, just to touch back on that dress thing, first Robyn called him a liar, said that that's not true, talked about that. But then Kody said that Christine was being jealous. Again, that goes back to he even acknowledges to some degree that he had favorites, that he had one that he preferred over everybody else. He just pretends as though I can't take responsibility for showing favoritism or the effects of that because I was pretending so good that I liked Christine and the rest of the ladies that they had no idea that I actually didn't care for them. So that's kind of where we are with that. Then you have, of course, Robyn saying that the sister wives don't understand. What don't they understand? The sister wives don't understand me. And I'm tired of, actually when it comes down to it, I'm tired of Robyn and Kody both singing the same old song. Like, I understand that this is supposed to be the premise of their new show, probably. Is going to be how nobody understands them and their love. But I'm tired of it already. Like, I'm tired of them trying to explain to everybody that nobody understands them and that they actually love each other and they should be able to be together. But nobody is going to allow them to be together. And their love somehow is misunderstood. And nobody knows her. Like, what do you mean? They know her. Obviously, they know her. They just don't like her. There's a difference. Just because I don't like you doesn't mean that I don't know you enough. It just means that I don't like you. I think, and here's like, being honest with yourself. I think that I can get along with most people. Ironically, I can get along with most people. I can sit down and have a conversation with people. And I've gone to places, bars and things like that when I was a younger man. And I would just show up places by myself. And I would sit on bar stools. And I could legitimately have conversations with people and groups of guys who don't like people like me. We'll say it that way. And when I say that, I'm not just saying like, oh, okay, I suspect. I'm talking about full organization people. Like people with the tattoos and the full on don't like people like me. Me and the Jewish people. We'll put it that way. So you know who I'm talking about. Them, I've talked the clean head boys, bald head boys. Sat and talked with guys from motorcycle gangs who are notoriously don't like people like me. I've had those conversations. I consider myself an affable person. That's one of my strengths. I can have conversations with a lot of different people. I understand, though, that no matter how nice you are, no matter how nice I might think I am, there are going to be people who look at me and say, oh, he's too nice. Or he seems fake because he tries to be too nice. Or too many people like him. Or not enough people like him. Or he's too tall. He's not tall enough. He's too dark. He's too light. Hair too straight. Hair too curly. Like, there's always going to be somebody, no matter where you are, that somebody's not going to like you. And I'm okay with that. Kody kind of assumes that because somebody doesn't like him, at least the way he comes off with Robyn, the people don't like her just because they don't know her good enough. It's going to happen. You're on TV. There's going to be people. There are people who hate my show. I like the show. I like the chat. I enjoy everything about it. But there are people who, like, legitimately, I've gone places and I've seen people say stuff and I'll respond back to them. Like, some of you guys know who I'm talking about. I wouldn't volunteer James to pick up poop, follow behind the elephant and scoop up elephant shit. No, I wouldn't do it either. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate that. I understand it. It happens. You don't have to like my show, and I'm not mad at them for not liking me. It is what it is. It's life. And you move on. Kody and Robyn can't move past it. And they spend so much time trying to rehabilitate their character and rehabilitate their image and trying to make themselves likable to everybody else. They make themselves dislikable because now you genuinely come off as like you're not genuine. So you come off that way. And everything seems plastic and fake because you're trying to construct something so everybody likes you. But it is what it is. Then Kody, he says, like, it's not fair, Robyn. It's not fair. It's not fair that, you are the reason why it's not fair to Robyn. If it's not fair to Robyn, it's your fault because you did show favoritism. You are the one who is supposed to be the hub of the family, which is the confusing part of it because Kody spends most of his time saying that the women should have independent relationships that have nothing to do with him, even though he is the hub of the family. You are the center of the whole family. Everybody in the family should be drawn to you and attracted to you and looking to you to spend time with you. You try to play it because you want to spend time with Robyn, and these women should rely on each other. Then when the ladies start relying on each other, Christine and Janelle, all of a sudden it's a problem because they should be relying on you. It's like the inconsistencies of your relationships, inconsistency of what you say, and inconsistency of your leadership, which caused your family to fail. Kody, let's see. Yeah, then they did the pregnancy announcement. That was a big one. They came out and they did the first pregnancy announcement for Solomon in Vegas. And they had some interesting points because during that, some of the older kids came out and said, well, we got enough kids. And Robyn comes out and she was supposed to be all butthurt because, pardon my phrase, people going to get tight about it. Butthurt? You mean panties in a twist, whatever. She's all in her feelings because the kids, like she said, Kody does the announcement, we're expecting that truly it's not going to be the youngest one anymore. Yay! And the kids look like they just heard the worst news ever. Now, with regard to that, we have to keep in mind that these kids, especially the older kids, have grown up in a situation where they've been poor. They grew up and they suffered from wanting food and being denied food, right? And being deprived of that simple necessity. Not knowing what they're going to do. Not knowing where they're going to go. Not knowing about where they're going to stay. If they're going to stay in this house. They were moving around, from my understanding. The Lehigh house, these kids didn't grow up in the Lehigh house. They were bouncing around. And they had only been in the Lehigh house maybe 4 or 5 years prior to the start of the show. But they had been bouncing around this whole time. Kody will start a job, then he leaves that job. He'll stay in a place, then they leave that state. or whatever the case may be, because he's always all over the places. Christina described in Juicy Scoop. See, got it. As he described in Juicy Scoop, Kody is all over the place. So he was dragging these kids and his family all over the place. And so when they left Utah, the house that they were in, the house that they enjoyed because they were one big family, right? They leave that, then they go to Vegas, and she gets pregnant while they're in the rental home in Vegas. So they just get out to Vegas. They don't know where they're going to stay, how they're going to do it. The money is tight as hell, and they're not sure what's going on. And all of a sudden, she shows up pregnant. They're not excited. They already got 13 kids. Then they take on 3 more kids with Robyn's kids. Then they take on Robyn. They're already suffering and not being able to pay their bills. Then they're paying the bills of Robyn when she was away in, I think it was in Montana. Then when she came down to Lehigh, they started paying those bills, rented her a house because she wasn't working. So they were taken out of the family. And then he shows up talking about, I'm pregnant. No, people aren't excited. Hell no. And it's unfortunate, and the craziest thing to me is that these kids showed more sexual responsibility than the parents did. They understood that if you have a bunch of kids that you can't afford, it's not going to get easier. Shit is going to get way harder. Life is hard enough. You don't have to put it on nightmare mode and feel like you're accomplishing something. You know? Like if you have one baby, okay, fine. 2, okay, fine. You got 13 kids, and then you bring in 3 kids that you plan on adopting. Then you go get pregnant, and then they mad because the kids didn't look excited. And Robyn's sitting around talking about her feelings was hurt and how she had to forgive them. And what did she say? She had to put it out of her mind, because this is what happened, and get past it. What? Are you insane? Of course they mad. And my favorite part is, they're like, yeah, by the time we had Ari, and we were pregnant with Ari, we come back and we have Meri tell him, because, she didn't want to be the one to tell him. She wanted somebody else to tell him. So she had Meri tell him. Then Meri tells him, and everybody gets excited. But the difference is, by that time, they were all living in those big houses on the cul-de-sac. So the kids felt a little more security. And the crazy part, again, is back to the saucy scoop. Guys, help me. I think it's saucy scoop. But, yeah, back on from the podcast, what Christine had shared was they had told the kids that it was actually during the last thing, during the talk back. They told the kids that they had to accept Robyn coming into the family. Don't say nothing about it. You just have to accept it. These are your brothers and sisters. Then you take them out. They have food insecurity. They have insecurity about where they're going to stay, shelter insecurities. They have a lot of insecurities going on as children. This doesn't help kids' development. They have all these insecurities and all these things going on with them. Then they're told that, hey, we're going to bring in more people. We can't pay for the ones we got. We're going to add more people to it. So, and then by the time you have the second kid, yeah, they're a little more settled. Juicy scoop. Thank you, Don Clark. Did I say it wrong again? I probably did. Yeah, I guess I'm not going on McDonald's shows. You can't see my show. You can't get it right. You ain't never coming on here. Probably wouldn't be invited anyway. Oh, well. Let's see. Kody, remembering Christine, everything is a struggle. Should have let her go. He said that during the thing, too, because, Kody got to play tough, that he was never in love with Christine. Everything was a struggle, because they showed the whole, anniversary of them being in Vegas, and, the special time where he took her on a helicopter ride, and the two of them went out and shot each other with the paintballs. They showed that whole dating, and they said that, oh, this is Kody and Christine, and they're living that special life, and everything is wonderful. And Kody said at the time, he was like, you see, we were struggling that whole time, and I should have let her go at that time, whatever. No, he didn't say I should have let her go. I said that. Because he just described it as everything being a constant struggle. Well, if everything's a constant struggle, you really don't want her. You don't want to be a part of her. You don't want her to be part of your family. You don't want to spend time with her. You don't enjoy spending time with her. Then you should have let her go. I understand before somebody writes in the chat that, it's the religion. I get that. But at the same time, you should have let her ass go. You should have let her go. If you weren't going to do right by her, let her go. You got to have the courage to be able to come to her and be like, look, this ain't working out. I'm not feeling it. Yeah, I'm an asshole. Whatever you got to say, I'm going to go ahead and let you go. He didn't do that. The big thing that I wanted to talk about, and I kind of highlighted this because I thought it was something important. I kind of tipped on it a little bit. But as they were talking about this, one of the points that Meri had made was the idea that Kody kept saying how he was in love with this one. He had a special time with this one. And he felt so deep about this one. And they showed like the little anniversary they had where they were talking about the IVF stuff, the in vitro fertilization, which we'll get into in a minute. But during that time, she said that Kody was like, oh, I love her so much. And she's so great. And she's so wonderful. And she said, well, what happened to those times? Now he's trying to make it seem as though that stuff wasn't real. And it never really happened. And it wasn't what was going on. Here's my thing. And I mean this. And this is something that, to be honest with you, I just recently learned. Here's the thing. If you're in a relationship with somebody, friendship, professional relationship, whatever it is, you have an understanding of what it is you gave, what you contributed, what you sacrificed, what you did for that relationship and that person in that relationship. Your understanding and your perception of that relationship is just that. It's your perception of that relationship. What you did, how you felt about that other person. Even the image that you had about yourself in that relationship is from your perspective. The other person who is involved in that relationship very well may have a different perspective of you in that relationship. And it might not match the perception you have of yourself. And this is something that I had discovered about myself. It was actually years ago. And I'll tell the story in a moment. But it's something I discovered about myself years ago. In my relationships years ago. And here's the story. Story time! Here's the story. I was hanging out with a guy. Like, there was guys I was hanging out with maybe freshman year, sophomore year, all the way through to my 12th grade. So from 9th to 12th grade, I was hanging out with these guys. And we would hang out and we knew ladies and stuff, girls together, like, in a group and all that. And there was a young lady who I was friends with. We kind of liked each other when we were in high school. Nothing ever really happened with it. But we were cool. Like, she was my friend. Or we were friendly. I won't say she was my friend, but we were friendly. And we had mutual friends. My buddy was all our friends, and she was basically a mutual friend of ours. So I was hanging out with my buddy. I was in college. I think it was my sophomore year in college. I come back and I'm hanging out with my buddy, and he's telling me about this young lady. And it was unfortunate because at the time, she didn't really know her parents, like something that happened to her parents. And she was living with her grandparents all throughout high school. And her grandparents had passed away. She got hooked up with the wrong guy. And she had like 2 kids, I think 2 or 3 kids with this guy. And this is what my friend is telling me. And I'm feeling bad for her because she's in a really bad financial situation. And I'm like, well, maybe there's something we can do to help her. I'm like, because it's not right that she has to feel like she's doing this by herself. And that's just the way I was acting about it. And my friend said, oh, man, you going to try to get her now? Like, what are you talking about? And in his mind, he looked at me as though I was trying to make moves on this young lady in this time that she would be vulnerable. And I was like, wow, man, you think that I would do that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it really struck me. And the thing that it is that I didn't do bad with women, and this is probably where it came from. I wasn't bad with women in high school, right? So he just assuming that I'm trying to snake after these people. But I'm like, even the women that I talked to or young ladies I talked to, I wasn't snaking after people. I wasn't waiting till people were hurt or in desperate situations and all of a sudden I'm making a move. Because to me, there's no honor in that. It's not an honorable thing to do. And I'm thinking that that's how he saw me. But the truth of the matter is he didn't see me that way. And there's a lot of things that we have to take into account when it comes to that. And one of the things that I had to step back and say is that, one, he doesn't see me the way I see myself and the way I think that other people see me, the way I try to portray myself. But two, you also have to take into account that people will see you and give you credit for the things that they do. What would they do if they were in a like or similar situation? And the reality of it is maybe it's something that crossed his mind, that he could take advantage of her in this bad situation. And he just naturally assumed that I would be thinking the same thing. Right? And so I had to take a step back because I thought he was just telling me because, maybe there's something that we could all do. Maybe we could all kick in and help her out. But that wasn't the thing. And I think that when it comes down to it, in Meri's situation, to apply that same logic, in Meri's situation, she very well may see herself a certain way in this relationship. But the truth of the matter is that Kody may not see you the same way you see yourself. But that shouldn't diminish your contribution, your sacrifice, and your participation in that relationship. You shouldn't allow anybody to tell you that you didn't participate and you didn't matter in that relationship where clearly you did. Clearly she meant something to him. All three of these women did. Now, I'm not saying that he was in love with them and he wanted to be with them and he tried to make it happen, because I don't think that that's true either. But they meant something to him. And it's a shame that he feels as though he has to diminish them in order to make himself feel better. Climb down off my soapbox, but that's just my observation. Sarcasm for fun with the 1999 super chat. Meri, I know you can't have kids and everyone in the family hates me. Meri, you can make the announcement I'm pregnant with Ari. Meri, can you make the announcement, right? Robyn, unable to read this room or situation. James, I'm uploading this to your hard drive. Juicy scoop. I know. I'm just not getting it. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's some kind of block, mental block. It just won't let me have it. But thank you for the super chat. Sarcasm for fun in the house. All right. Like, I need you to go in there and say this to the group. And when it happens, I'm going to be by the door. And as soon as Meri get up to go say it, Robyn stand up and move by next to the doorway. Smiley, don't make me a victim, sweetie. Robyn, circa 2015. That's right. Don't make me a victim while I pretend to be a victim and cry every chance I get. Speaking of the IVF. Oh, okay. Ada Dooley, hold on real quick. Ada Dooley with the $9.99 super chat. Remember the story that Kody told about Christine and the nachos and how it grossed him out to see her eating? Robyn is looking at Kody like he's been eating nachos. Robyn's looking at Kody like he is a plate of nachos. Not even like the good ones. I'm talking about the ones that's been sitting at the gas station for 3 weeks. They got the flies crawling through it. Like, you know what I mean? Like the nachos is now a science experiment. That's how she's looking at Kody. Like, she can't believe that she's in this situation. You know what I mean? It's messed up, man. It's messed up. But it could happen to a nicer couple. That's the way I see it. That kind of makes me a jerk, and I get it. And maybe that makes me a bad guy. Maybe my friend was right. Maybe I'm an evil person. But I'm sorry. I don't feel bad for her, because this is the dude. You were okay. And this is where it gets kind of testy for me. Because you were okay with him treating these women this way. You were all right with it. It didn't bother you. You weren't mad at him the way he was treating these women and the things he was doing to them. You were all right with it. Now that he's broke up with them, or they broke up with him, Now that they dumped his ass, now all of a sudden, you got to go to struggle mode with this man and you don't want him. It's not that you didn't like the heist. You just don't like your cut. Let's call it a buck. It's not that you didn't approve of what was going on. You didn't disapprove of him treating these women the way he was treating them. You just don't like the fact that they decided to get themselves together and walk out the door and refuse to be treated that way anymore. Now all of a sudden, as though you guys have to come back and let him treat you like shit. I don't understand what the problem is. Oh, you have self-esteem. You value yourself. You value your time. You value your attention. You value your kids more than you value Kody. That can't be. And now you mad. Don't feel bad for you. Sorry. Then they brought up the IVF stuff, in vitro fertilization. Because for those who may not be aware, and I think it was season 1, Kody had came to Meri and asked Meri about getting pregnant. Came to Meri about talking about going to a doctor and seeing about IVF, in vitro fertilization, trying to get her pregnant so she can have another baby with him. And this is right after Truly is born. He comes to Meri and introduces the idea. Meri's like, I don't know. I don't want to do this. And he convinces her that this might be an idea. Meri turns him down. Then, after Solomon is born and Robyn's trying to figure a way back into the family. I'm sorry. Robyn is being a generous person that she is. She offers Meri the opportunity to carry a baby for her. Kind of like the IVF. Only she'll surrogate the child for him. So you'll have the in vitro fertilization. They'll pull an egg out of Meri, pull some sperm get a donation from Kody, put them together, shake them up in a jar like with the like cocktail, spin it around, hit the turkey baster. Then all of a sudden, bingo bango, Robyn delivers a baby for Kody and Meri, and the three of them are united. Then Kody gets out. Meri is ready to tell Kody that she's going to do it. I'm going to do it. It's so great. I'm going to do it. Kody looks at her and says, hell to the no. I wish I had my thing. He said, hell no. We not doing that. And Kody said the most ridiculous cop-out I ever heard. He said, I'm willing to have a baby with you. Now, keep in mind, Meri has gone, like, Leon, at that time, I think, is in college. All right? And she had gone, like, 20 years, almost 30 years, trying to have babies with this dude. Only able to have Leon. Leon's kind of their miracle baby. Only able to have her. Naturally. This dude looks in her face and says, yeah, I'll have a baby with you if you can do it natural. Which is essentially saying, no, I don't want to have a baby with you. I don't want to have a baby with you at all. And that would also require, he wasn't sleeping with her at the time. This is something they didn't talk about on the show at that time. But it came out later that he wasn't even sleeping with her at the time. So that legitimately would have been a true miracle if Kody would have been able to make her pregnant while he's not sleeping with her. I want to have a baby with you. If you can put on my t-shirt and get pregnant, then I'll have a baby with you. You know what I mean? When he leave his dirty drawers at her house, in the bathroom, after he take his shower, if she's able to get pregnant from that, then okay, fine, we'll have a child. But barring that situation, the answer is no. And that's basically what he told her. And then it was weird to me that it was not long after that, all of a sudden, Meri's talking about getting a divorce from Kody and giving Robyn the wedding title, the marriage title, the woman that he truly loved and he's so desperately in love with. And it was heartbreaking watching. I felt bad for Meri because they drug her through it because he introduces her to the idea, convinces her to do it. Then she says, no, I don't want to do it. Then Robyn comes to her when she has her baby. She's standing there holding Robyn's brand new baby in a conversation. Robyn's crying, telling her that I'm willing to have your baby for you. Make sure that you can carry this baby because from my understanding, Meri wasn't just having a problem with conception. She was having a problem with carrying. So Robyn is saying that I will have the baby so it'll positively be a baby. It'll positively be a fetus. will have that fetus implanted in me. I can carry that fetus to term. It'll be a baby. You will have a baby after 9 months. And she was like, okay, I have to think about it. I call tossing and turn. She decides to go with it. Then Kody shoots her down. That, like, if she came to the point where she was okay with not having a child, and that's a hard thing to do. It's okay as she was, I'll say it this way. It's okay as she was going to be. She was okay as she was going to be not getting pregnant and not having another baby. She had turned that corner and said, it's not going to happen for me. It's just not in the cards. And then all of a sudden, Kody's like, no, we could do it. We should do it. Let's do it. Then Robyn says, I'll make a way for you to do it. Then Kody turns around and says, psych. Gotcha. That is the most evil. That again, Kody, Robyn, this is why people don't like you. Simple as that. This is why people don't like you. Alicia, what's up? How you doing? Say Christine seemed shocked when they showed Janelle's RV. This is on the talkback, saying, "Oh my God, I didn't know it was that small." It's like, girl, haven't you been over? Yeah, she was over, but she probably don't remember. Like, because when they did the side by side, and it's kind of a jerk thing. This is a jerk thing to say. I'm not going to give Christine a full pass, but to give her some cover. This was like a thing where they showed the RV. This is during the thing I was trying to do on Friday. the look back or the talk back. They showed Janelle's RV, and then in the next scene they showed Janelle like working on the RV, trying to put stuff away, and then they show a full like landscape view of Robyn's house. And you see how big and palatial Robyn's house is, especially in comparison to Janelle's house. Like if Janelle's RV was sitting in front of Robyn's house, it would look small as hell. And I think that's what they're talking about. Because it's only about 250 square feet. Where Robyn's house is, I think, closer to 5,000 square feet. So, I mean, do the math. That's crazy. But, yeah. So, I mean, like the whole IVF conversation was ridiculous. I didn't appreciate that. I thought it was kind of like, I think it's a nasty cold trick for them to play. Of course, Kody comes in, tells the whole, jealousy is a vice. I think jealousy is, in and of itself, is just an emotion. It's not good. It's not bad. Is it good that you're jealous all the time? Nothing's good of you all the time. Shit, if you was happy all the time, it'd be kind of scary, to be honest with you. Like, you just walking by smiling, like, you in the bank getting robbed, and you sit there, you know what I mean? The call about to crash, like, too much is too much. Too much of anything is a bad thing. But jealousy can be a tool just like anything else. Fear can be bad. Right? And being fearful is a vice. People see that as a vice. But the truth of the matter is fear has its place. Fear is a warning that things are dangerous. Things could be hazardous to your health. If anything, if you take it right, fear could be, your body and your emotions and everything tell you, look the hell out. Something about to happen. Keep your eyes open. Don't do that. Don't go there. Don't touch that. Don't put that in your mouth. Like, that's what fear does for you. Fear can save your life. When you scared, yeah, sometimes you should be scared. You know what I mean? So jealousy is kind of the same thing. If these ladies would have listened to their jealousy and recognized the jealousy within them and their limitations, sometimes jealousy will provide you your limitations, what you can and you can't do. If you're not the kind of lady who can have your man go out and go on dates, that's jealousy. Yeah, it is jealousy. But if if that signifies your limitations and how far you're willing to go, then you have to pay attention to that. It's not going to go away. And no matter how much somebody talks to you and tries to explain it to you, it's not going to make you feel better. Like Kody can sit there all day and tell them that, like, being married is a calling, but plural marriage is a higher calling. You can say that shit all day. You can put it on the back of a record or a bumper sticker. It doesn't make it easier, right? Oh, you don't be jealous. It's something you shouldn't do. You shouldn't feed into the negativity. Like, Don't take other people. How about that? So, yeah, Robyn would I have a clear conscience. Then, y'all, this is one of the things we're going to wrap on this. Because I don't want to drag y'all all the way out. But let's talk about the catfish. Because they talked about the catfish. Catfish. The thing that I would say about the catfish. For those not aware, those not initiated. The catfish occurred when Meri was in Las Vegas. There was a time when her and Kody weren't really getting along. This is after Kody had basically divorced Meri, married Robyn, and he wasn't coming around. He wasn't spending time with Meri. He wasn't really invested in a relationship. Meri felt lonely and she was vulnerable. And when she was vulnerable, she started to do what vulnerable people do. Lonely people do. She started reaching out to folks, talking to folks, and she met this person, Sam, who was, I've seen his picture. He's a very good looking guy, right? Supposed to be like 6 feet something, model looking man. Meri saw that, and she ain't had her tires rotated in a while. Kody wasn't doing his duty. He wasn't satisfying her, making her feel special. None of that. So she reached out to this dude, Sam. She started an online conversation and relationship with him. I'm sorry, I gotta read this. Emma, shout out to Emma. Hilarious. Emma with a 1999 super chat. Thank you so much for that. Thank you for the super chat and the laugh. It's hilarious. She said more than 3,000 years ago. No, excuse me. Hold on one second. Hold on, because I want to. I gotta get his propers. I gotta get his the propers. Emma with the 1999 super chat. More than 3,000 years ago, a man named Job complained to God about all his troubles, and the Bible tells us that God answered. Fuck you, Kody. Sorry to go biblical. Merry Christmas, James. Merry Christmas, Emma. That's hilarious. Fuck you, Kody. And that's got, you know what, and it's as weird as it is, I can see that situation. Because that's basically where we are with Kody. He spends all his time complaining about where he was and how everybody mistreated him and nobody treated him right. And even though he's walking away with most of the money, most of the assets, most of the advantages from being in these relationships, he still expects everybody to turn around and kiss his ass. Because they hold his feelings. Shit. But this all ties actually into the catfish. Thank you very much, Emma. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas. Hilarious. Fucking Kody. 3,000 years ago. So with the catfish, Meri was talking to this guy. Now, Kody brings up a good point. For once. Is that lightning? Is that the lightning or the snow coming? Kody brings up a good point. He said, Meri was still married. She was in the marriage. And now she wants to play the victim. In that point, I agree with Kody. Meri was fully having an affair. She's still denying it. I was just looking for a friend and I was tricked and this guy fooled me. Here's the thing, Meri. And I hate to do this to Meri, but Meri, no, that's a lie. Meri, the funny thing, look, point comes down to this. You were cheating on Kody. If things would have worked out, you were leaving Kody's ass. I 100% believe that. You were gone. And here's the crazy part. I would not blame you for leaving. I don't blame you for leaving. I don't blame you for wanting to leave. I don't blame you for being angry. I don't blame you for looking at your relationship and how he's treating you and how he's mistreating you and how he's neglecting you and how he makes you vulnerable and open to these types of incursions into your relationship. I'm not blaming you for that. Now, I can blame you for the part where you're a party to it because you recognize it and you leave the relationship because you don't want to be in it anymore. Then you start a new relationship. That's what's fair to you, and it's also fair to the other person that you'll be dating or talking to. That's how I feel about it. I think that you shouldn't start a new relationship unless you are ready to close that relationship out. That's how I feel about it. Don't start new ones because you're pulling people in. So, like, for instance, if things aren't working in your relationship and you start talking to somebody else because things aren't working in your relationship, what happens if that person gets heavily involved with you in that relationship that you just started and you somehow try to reconcile your marriage? What happens to the relationship with this other person? What happens to that other person? They're investing their time, energy, and effort in good faith into this relationship with you, but then only for you to turn around and be like, yeah, I'm going to try to work things out with my baby mama, my baby daddy, my wife, my husband, my boyfriend, my girlfriend. Like, it's not fair. It's sloppy. It becomes sloppy business. So in order for you to tighten it up in one relationship, then get yourself together, then start another relationship. That's just how I like to put it out. And how I would like to conduct it, you know. But that's not what happened. Okay, fine. That's not what happened. Here's the crazy thing. I think Meri is afraid of the shunning, afraid of people criticizing her, afraid that people will look at her a certain way. She's embarrassed because she feels like she betrayed her vows and her commitment and she's a cheater and all this. Look, you are what you are. And people going to feel how they going to feel. I just talked about that. People going to feel about you how they feel about you. You have no control over it. And more importantly, not only do you not have control over how people think about you, feel about you, or remember you, it's none of your business. Okay? It's none of your business how people feel about you. Okay? Your business is you conducting yourself in a way that you can live with, that is right for you. How people feel about you, because if you do the right thing, people can still feel like you're doing the wrong thing and you're a shitty person. If you do the wrong thing, people might think you're a damn hero and you're a wonderful person. You're the most generous person ever to walk the face of the planet. You can't control how people feel about you, but you can control how you do things and how you go about things. And in this particular case, I think Meri is trying to rehabilitate her image where you don't have to. People would be actually drawn to you because we forgive you. I'm not holding it against you because you decided you wanted to step out on the guy who technically was cheating on you with 3 other women anyway. I'm not, you know what I mean? It's not that deep for me. Because in my book, once you open the doors of any relationship, the doors are open. Once you can come to whatever agreement you want to come to, but once you open the door to your relationship or your commitment to other individuals, then it's always a point of negotiation. It's always an open point of negotiation of whether you add additional people and who gets to add additional people. It's not a closed door subject. So that's my perspective. So from that regard alone, the fact that he was neglecting you alone, no, not alone, but in tandem, I'm not really mad at Meri for doing it. But she was cheating. She was cheating. And she's still denying cheating. Oh, I wasn't cheating. I was never going to leave Kody. Here's the other part to it. Meri, if you ever hear this, because I think some of you guys watch this, and maybe I'm not big enough for you guys to watch, but you guys watch people, and I know you comment on other people's. I know some of these people or some of these YouTube streams and things you become aware of. Here's the thing. I am not one to follow you around. I'm not one to go to a lot of extra sites. Like, I watch the show and I comment on what I see on the show. But things come across my desk, and I will consume some of the things that come across my desk. And I heard the audio I heard the voicemail, or where apparently she was calling the dude up or the person up who was the catfisher, and they were having full on conversations. And I heard what you said, and what you were saying was not, oh, "You're my best friend, and I want to be with you, my best friend. I'm so happy I met you, friend." That's not what you were saying. You was talking about how much you love this person, how much you want to be with them, how desperate you want to be with them, how important they are to you, how they are so much better than Kody, better looking, taller, all the things, like more hair. Like, he said all the shit that would hurt Kody when he heard it. And that's also part of the reason why Kody can't forgive you. Because he heard a lot of, I'm sure Kody has heard the tapes that the catfish had that came out. I know he heard that. We know you was cheating. I know for a fact that you were cheating. You could do the "wasn't me," like the song. When you saw me on the counter, wasn't me. Saw me up in the shower, wasn't me. Like, we know it was you. We know it was you. And you were cheating. Okay? Like most things, people have past, we can get past it. And I agree with that. I just saw that. Don Clark said it dinged that ego. Absolutely. And Kody's sitting there, oh, she got tricked. That's why she's trying to hide it. She got tricked. Yeah, I mean, that's embarrassing too, because it wasn't the person that you thought they were, and you were trying to be slick, and you got caught up. Okay. Shit happens. Get over it. No, well, that's fucking wrong. You don't get over it. But things happen. Okay? Allow yourself to forgive yourself. Things happen. And it's kind of cold-blooded. I apologize for that. For the get over it. But, don't keep dragging yourself down and allowing people to remind you of the negative things that happen in your life and keep using it as a bludgeon to keep bashing you over the head with it every time they get ready. Part of the reason why I was so adamant about saying, like, even with the utterance of get over it, is because I'm tired of watching these people use this against you as a weapon to strip you of your humanity. The reason why you felt like you needed to step out is because you were being neglected and you weren't feeling loved and you weren't feeling accepted and you didn't feel like you were a part of the family. So you were merely looking for some respite, some vacation, some outlet that you could pour your love and your value into, and be with somebody who had the same value for you that you were trying to hold for yourself. I'm not mad at you for that. Only thing that makes me more frustrated than anything else in this situation is the fact that you keep allowing these fucking people, pardon my French, to turn around and drill you because you were trying to look out and protect yourself. That's the most annoying part of this whole thing for me. She was looking out for herself. She was trying to do for herself what this man wasn't doing for her. You promised to love her. You promised to be there for her. You promised to take care of her. You committed that you would be a part of this family. You turned your back on this commitment and you forsake that whole thing, that union. And now you're left alone to try to pick up the pieces. And you won't forgive yourself for trying to pick up the pieces. And that's why I say that you have to let this go. Accept it, acknowledge it, then let it go. But as long as you keep trying to lie about it, as long as you keep trying to deceive the audience about it, as long as you keep trying to drag it out, you're only dragging it out, and you're giving them a tool to be able to bash you over the head with it. Most of us would have moved on. The only reason why I think that you're even still talking about it is because you're denying it. And it's obvious that you were doing it. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. And Passion Elisa, that's the next point I was going to make. Kody had said during this, he said, Kody, and I quote, he says, she was sitting there, and this is one of the things that he said, again, to try to bash her for being involved with this relationship. Meri was trying to be friends with the enemies of the family. People who were trying to destroy the family. She's sitting there trying to be their friend. But what he doesn't mention, as it came out during the think it was during either the look back. I gotta start writing this shit down. It came out during the talk back or the tell all. Robyn acknowledges that, I think it was the tell all. Robyn acknowledges, because it was always kicked around that this from YouTube people that they say is the paparazzi and the people don't know nobody and we just making shit up. It was brought out by one of the YouTubers that Robyn was friends with people who knew and were related to the catfisher. It's too close. It's too freaking close. You're like, I wouldn't feel good about that situation either. In fact, it was a tell-all because Meri had said that she don't, for this reason, it was one of the reasons she don't really trust Robyn anymore. Because it came out that she was friends, she would come to Meri with the, what this person was supposedly saying to her who was friends with the catfish person. And so it's weird to me that right around the time that Meri gets a divorce or about to get a divorce, all of a sudden, she gets hit with a catfish person. And this catfish person, their friend is coming back telling Robyn, everything that this person, Meri, has said. Probably let Robyn listen to the tapes. Probably let, you know what I mean? And Meri and Robyn, every time Meri tries to move past it, Robyn shows up and starts talking about the catfish person and what the catfish said to her. And how, you know what I mean? So it's always dragging her back into it the entire time. So yeah, that if I'm going to be real, if I go out, I get paid, I go out buy myself a bunch of jewelry. I'm wearing this jewelry. I'm wearing a bunch of jewelry. I'm wearing a bunch of jewelry. And I go out and I get paid and I have a bunch of money in my pocket. And I see my friend, and my friend know I have a bunch of money in my pocket because I just got paid. And I stand there and talk to him. Hey, man, did you get paid? Yeah, I sure did, man. Just got paid Friday night. Got money in my pocket. Hi. Right, and I'm about to go out and go hit the club. Then all of a sudden, I go around the corner, and this guy sticks me up. And then he takes all my money. And then a week later, I see the guy that stuck me up talking to my friend. Yeah, F you. You set my ass up. You set me up. There's no way in the world you didn't set me up. That's what I would be thinking. So for Meri, you find out that the person who set you up and supposedly ruined your life and coerced you to do a bunch of stuff that you didn't really want to do, but because you're not taking your part of it. You're not acknowledging your portion of the wrongdoing. So okay, fine. You're not accepting that, but the person who set you up is friends with Robyn. And not only are they friends with Robyn, like I said, I think I said this a few weeks ago. Not only are they friends with Robyn, my question would always be if the person came back and I was in Meri's situation and you coming back telling me what this person said and what I told the catfisher, what the catfish told them and what they told you. Okay, let me ask you this. One, why are they talking to you? Because they know that we cool. They know that, you my man's pots and pans. So why are they talking to you, Holmes? I don't understand that. Explain that part of it. Before we get into the story, you start telling me about all of, the hoop-ha and the what's not to what this person said. Bitch, why don't you tell me why they thought they could talk to you about me? Sarcasm Fun said, I will be rocking that sister wife closet jewelry and my skin gonna turn green. That's that jewelry you get stuck up, then the robber take it and be like, oh, you can have this back. As a matter of fact, let me give you a couple $. So maybe you can go get some real jewels or at least some treatment. You're gonna need some ointment to put up on your neck. You gonna have them big swole things on your ears messing with them things. All right, Dawn, you have a great night. Well, you understand what I mean? Like, that's where I would be at. Like, what are you talking to them for? Or why are they talking to you? How are they telling you all this information about me and what's going on with me when they know we cool? You supposed to be my, in my case, you supposed to be my brother. And in Meri's case, you supposed to be my sister. And he's in there, this person's in there telling you all this stuff that I'm supposed to be doing. And here's the next question. What did you say when this person came up and said they knew you? You should have already been armed up when this person came back and told you that the person who fooled me is trying to tell you some secrets. So all of a sudden, y'all cool and y'all having conversations. What's that about? And this is where I'm at. So a lot of this stuff just doesn't make any sense to me. You know? So, I don't want to be a jerk. I don't want to be a jerk. But like I said, it was just, my advice to Meri, if you ever see this, stop denying the shit. Everybody know that that's what you was doing. Kody know this is what you've been doing. Now, he's going to use this as an excuse as to why he doesn't want to be with you. But let's be honest. Kody wasn't with you before the catfish. You said it. And it's just acknowledging, instead of sitting around wishing and hoping that things would be different and things would change and maybe you guys could have had a different relationship if you would have had a different time. Instead of wishing all that stuff, just accept where you are now. It's not going to go back. Even if Robyn leaves, something happens to Robyn just pack a bag one day and she's gone. Kody is not coming back to you. It's not happening. That ship has sailed, caught fires, sank in the harbor. Then they blew the harbor up. Like that, it's just not, it's not going to happen ever. Oh, okay. Alaska Van Oz said if Robyn and Kody refuse to watch things, they should not get paid. I agree with that. I also say if you get up and you walk out of a film session, not only do you not get paid, I would put it in their contracts, them and 90 Day Fiance. I will put it in their contract because they good for that shit too. They'll be at the tell all. Somebody asks them a question, they get up and run off the set. I would tell them straight up, like, not only are you going to not get paid, but I'm going to charge you for us having all these people that I got to pay, because that's production. They get paid whether the cast member is sitting on the couch or not. If I show up and I'm running the camera, I'm part of the camera crew, I'm part of the sound guys, one of the sound guys, and they jump up and run off, and I got to go to lunch, I'm getting paid for the day. I don't care if you got, you only got 10 minutes worth of material or you don't have enough for the episode. I still get paid. And I'll see you on the next day when I come back and we finish up. So now I'm getting paid 2 days. Okay, Michelle Vittorio said that TLC is aided and abetted this abuse. I agree with that. Because I think that to them, that's where their money is. Like it's easier for them to come up with a show where people are being destroyed and families are being dismantled than it is for them to actually find a genuine show and find the drama within those genuine shows. It's easy. Like, it's easy TV. This is kind of the point of like reality TV. Yeah, Emma said I had to take a long break from 90 Day because she can't stand that Angela exists. Or the fact that they let her jump up and punch people, put her hands on people is ridiculous. My theory is this with reality TV. When I was a younger person, they used to have what was called talk shows for the younger folks in the audience. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. Donahue, Sally Jesse Raphael, all those people. Oprah Winfrey, Montel Jordan, Montel Williams. They all had TV shows. They basically had people come on the show and they would talk to them about their issues, problems. They'd have different subjects during that show and they would talk about it. Jenny Jones. And what they would do is they would describe a scenario or circumstance and we would listen to these messed up stories and people would come out and they would talk about the stories and the situations, what they did, what they felt, how they tried to resolve it, etc., what's going on with the problem. Reality shows short-circuited that because during the time when talk shows kind of hit their peak was around the time that people started acting out. When they started going crazy. When they started fighting on stage, when the women started tearing their tops off and stuff, and the people run off because it was high drama. Those are the shows that got a lot of ratings, and people would tune in. We had like a big fight between Geraldo and the skinheads or the Ku Klux Klan. You know, they had like a whole like riot and whatever, chairs getting tossed around, and Geraldo punched and broke somebody's nose or whatever. That was like the highest rated show he ever had. With reality shows, we get to see the mess as it happens. So you get to see the mess as it occurs. It's an easy, short-change way for you to get to the messy part of the talk show. From that, as the reality shows started to evolve, you have a point where reality shows started hitting more popularity as they got more and more sloppy, as they got more and more messy. That's when things started popping really hard for reality shows. So even with 90 Day, you currently have a cast that's on there, and it feels fake because they have a group of people who seem like they're using folks for money, but they're so obviously using people for money. Like, people who use people for money always have plausible deniability. People who use people for money never put themselves in a situation where you can be like, remember when you said that you're using me for money? Like, they'll always have that thing where they'll be like, I never said that. I loved you and I wanted to be with you for real. You know what I mean? They always had that stuff. But 90 Days is just, you know, basically it's like, I'm using you for a green card. Okay, yeah, that's what happens. You know, so it's obvious. And with the Brown family, they're almost like Robyn and Kody, you know, they're almost becoming cartoonishly evil. You know, even Kody with his declarations of, you know, there's a time when you try to do the right thing and you get tired of doing the right thing. So you just say to yourself, I guess I'll just become the devil I always thought I was. You know what I mean? Like, it's a cartoon. Like, evil people, if you ever met somebody who was a nasty person, and I've met a lot of different people, a lot of different type folks. And some of the most wicked people in the world that you ever want to meet have no idea that they're wicked. Like, they have no freaking clue. They have no idea. Like, they're the most evil sons of bitches ever. It's like hell spit them out because they didn't want them. And they're walking around. They have no clue that they're evil. Like, they're not walking around like, what can I do evil today? Like, that's just not a thing. A person who is crazy, it's like when you were younger and you would get into an argument or whatever, and somebody jump out, you don't want none of me, yo, because I'm crazy. I'm crazy. Like, if you've ever known somebody who was crazy, and again, I've known a lot of different people from a lot of different places, and people who are crazy, like, not, you know, textbook, oh, I'm going to the psychologist and he's declared me and certified me crazy. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about what we lay people would call crazy. Like, crazy people. Like, talking to themselves, you know, answering. Like, I knew one guy, his brother, I worked in a center, like, in a town, like, in a center city or whatever, in it downtown. And like, you walk down and you see these homeless guys, you know, sometimes down there. And there was one guy, he, like, on his days when he wasn't manic, and he was nice. He was a nice guy. But when he was off, my man was like, they out here, they picking up. Yeah, he went over, he picked up the phone, and I'll never forget it. He picked up the phone, and he was like yelling into the phone, yeah, they out here, man. They got helicopters everywhere. Are they trying to get me? Yo, it's the CIA. Gotta go. Hang up the phone, and he walk around. Like, and if you ever walked up to that dude, and I've talked to him before when I was giving him stuff, if you ever walked up to him, and you ever even mentioned something about being crazy or thrown off, he would lose his shit. He couldn't, like, you couldn't even say crazy. You couldn't even talk about, like, man, you see what happened yesterday at the game? Yeah, that shit was crazy. If you said that, he would lose his mind. He would go nuts. Because he heard crazy so much, there's no way he wants to be associated with that. So when I hear somebody get mad and they say, oh, I'm crazy. No, because crazy people don't want to ever be called crazy. Because they heard that they crazy their whole fucking life. And the last thing you ever want to do is call somebody who is crazy. And they certainly would never say that about themselves. Because they are convinced that it's the world is crazy. They're fine. So that's kind of one of the things. Like when Kody sits there and talks about how evil he is. Like, no, evil people aren't like that. Now, I think you're selfish. And I think that you're delusional about being selfish. You don't recognize your selfishness. So you don't understand that when you do things, you are doing the wrong thing. You think I'm going to be evil and I'm going to be bad because I'm feeling sorry for myself because these people don't understand how good I am. That's how Kody sees it. He doesn't see the things that he does is actually wrong. He just sees the things that he does to other people, whether it's Janelle, her kids, Isabel, Christine, Savannah, not talking to her for her birthday and for the holidays, ignoring all these other people, how he treated Meri, how he treated Leon, how he treated all these other people. He doesn't see that as him doing something wrong. He just sees that as them not understanding me. They're misunderstanding me. And that's where the problem comes in with them. And even with that, I just want real quick, on that point, I would say that both Kody and Robyn, the one thing that you've never heard them say throughout the entire 18 seasons, plus all the extras, I've never heard Kody and Robyn acknowledge that they've done anything wrong throughout the entirety of these relationships. They've never acknowledged anything that they've done wrong. Like, so it doesn't matter what it is, even from a little point, even if they say, yeah, I made a mistake. Like when Kody said, when you got involved with Christine, what was the mistake you made? Oh, the mistake I made was that I didn't love her. Like but that's the thing where it's not your fault that you didn't love her. It's her. He's trying to play it off like it's her fault because he didn't love her, but he was trying to, be nice to her, but she wouldn't even let him be nice to her. So that's her fault, So these two people never take acknowledgement for the things that they did wrong. And to be honest with you, once again, if you're trying to rehabilitate your image, the first thing you have to do is acknowledge when you do something wrong, or at least acknowledge the pain and damage that you inflict on other people. That goes a long way with him being able to reach out to the audience. At least that's my perspective. Eve, with the $2 super chat. Thank you so much. Thank you for your awesome shows. Better than TLC. Thank you very much. Oh, damn. The whole thing just disappeared on me. Better than TLC. Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Eva. You put a smile on my face. Okay. Passion Elisa said that I want to see some of the family members branch off and start doing some stuff like Dancing with the Stars, Big Brothers, something like that. Yeah. I mean, I think that would be interesting. That would be, you at least get a different perspective on their personalities, which I think is important. Okay. Michelle Vittorio with the 1999 super chat. Merry Christmas, James. Merry Christmas, Michelle. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I hope everybody has awesome day tomorrow. It's going to be incredible. Don't forget to hit the like button. I'm terrible with this shit. I get so wrapped up in the stories and the talking and stuff, I forget to do the whole YouTube stuff. Yeah, guys, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to say it. Helps the channel out. Helps me out. And hey, who doesn't want to help a brother out? So go ahead and give me that HBO special by hitting that subscribe button and ringing the bell for notifications, and you will be notified when I upload content just like this, as well as when I go live like now. And when I go live on Tuesday, because Sarah and Amanda and I are all getting back together for another collab to talk about the foolishness from tonight. So you guys are getting the pre-collaboration opinions, fresh opinions from James before I jump in with these ladies and we rip this stuff apart. I had a lot of fun with them. And big shout out to Sarah too. Sarah Howe, she really hooked me up. Alicia with the $1.99 super chat. Merry Christmas, James. Merry Christmas to you, Alicia. You're the best. Much love. You're the best. Don't ever let nobody tell you that you're not the best, Alicia. Because you all right with me. You my peoples. Good folks, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I do. Yeah, big shout out to Sarah Howe, because she from Reality Squad, because I didn't know how I was going to see this stuff. Like, I was like, I don't get it. Like, are you guys watching it? Because I can't watch it. I'm nervous about Tuesday because I don't want to be the dead weight on Tuesday. Like, the two of them saw it and I didn't see it. And I'm sitting there like, hey, whatever you say, I guess that. Let me throw some opinions on it because I don't know nothing. Like, I mean, I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to disrespect them. I feel like I'm in a class where I ain't did the reading. You know what I mean? You didn't do none of the homework, but you going to come in with an opinion? So I want to make sure I'm keeping up my end, especially when I get involved with them. And just as an aside, like, I got to be honest with you, in these kind of spaces, it's always kind of weird because I'm of the mind that they're people are they aren't just watching my channel. Like, you don't have to be, I'm just loyal to James. He's the only one I'll watch. I mean, that's not fair, right? Right? It doesn't make sense. So clearly you guys watch other people and you watch other perspectives, and that's fine. But some of the folks on YouTube, as well as like I said, and some of my other experiences, it's always like some weirdos who pretend like I can't work with somebody or talk to somebody unless somehow I get a benefit from it, because that's the only way it makes sense. But then you have people who are cool, and I've been very fortunate. I've been very blessed to have people like Sarah Howe and even Amanda from Reality Amanda come in, and they'll open arms. Even though my channel is smaller than Sarah's channel, she's been nothing but nice to me. Like, she invited me on. Like, some of you guys have been very instrumental. I got to give you guys a shout out too, because a lot of you guys were on her page, like, bigging me up. You were bigging a brother up. You're like, yeah, you got to have James on, James, and put me on a map. And she invited me in, and she's been, like, not only did we do the collaboration, but like I said, she's the one that told me about the TLC stuff, because I couldn't figure it out. I was online the day after I did my live, after TLC screwed me, and I'm not letting that go, TLC. I'm like Kody. I'm not letting that go. TLC screwed me, right? Because I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do my live. It's going to be lit. We're going to have some fun. We're going to talk shit about these people. And TLC was like, no, you're not. No, you're not. You ain't going to talk nothing about us today, son, because we're going to hide it. We're going to put it out in plain view. We're going to hide it so you can't get it. And I had no idea how I was going to get that stuff. I had no idea where it was. I'm still looking through HBO. And like I said, I was on Max and Discovery Plus. Couldn't find it. It's not there. And I'm assuming that it'll probably be there like maybe 3-4 weeks from now. It'll start popping up and start populating it, but it'll be like 2-3 weeks late. And it's not, but Sarah came through for me. So big shout out to Sarah. Oh, wait. Okay, Sarcasm for Fun with a $9.99 super chat. My take on reality, peeps. Let's get it. Please smash the like button, and if you enjoy the content, give James the HBO special and hit subscribe and ring the bell for notifications. Thank you, and Merry Christmas. Sarcasm for Fun in the house. Thank you so much, Sarcasm. I appreciate that. Kimberly O'Connor with the $10 super chat. Keeping the fun coming, James. May you have a blessed Christmas. Thank you. I hope you have a blessed Christmas as well. I hope everybody stays safe out there. Enjoy your time with your family, because that is, that's the reason for the season. Like, aside from everything else, you can talk about the religious aspect of it. That's between you and you, and I respect that. But when it comes to a lot of the times with the family and spending time with people that you care about, and making sure that you taking that time. Even if you sitting around eating crackers. And that's the one thing, like I've said it before, like, that really struck me about the messaging from, if you take any messages from Kody and the sister wives, that will be a message that we could take from them. That, it's not about the fancy house, not about the big house, the nice stuff, and having the fun. It's about the family, and it's a cheap version. Like, look, the cheap version is you going out spending a bunch of money that you don't have on a bunch of people that you don't spend time with, neglecting folks who you see every day, neglecting people that you could be spending time with that really care about you and really look for your time and really enjoy your company. That's fraudulent, you know. And if you sit around and you guys can laugh and you can have a good time and you sitting around eating up but crackers and damn sardines, but you can have fun and you can enjoy your company and there's people you want to be around, that's worth more than you sitting in a McMansion somewhere with a bunch of people who you don't trust and either you don't trust or you don't like, or you don't trust them because you don't like them. You know what I mean? You don't like them because you don't trust them. Like, either way, you know, so it's just better that way. Yeah, but thank you guys so much. Emma said the Hoarder Hacienda. That's a good name. The Hoarder Hacienda. Like Amazon packages everywhere. You know what I mean? I didn't order nothing. I don't know what this stuff is. Okay, if you don't know what it is, I'm going to just throw it out. Don't you throw that out. That's expensive. Oh, man. Jesse G. He says to her off stage, that was good. Oh, man. Yeah, Kody does love the glory days. My big picture. And that's the thing, too. When he talks about the big picture, everything is a distraction because it's about him. So when he talks about or discusses the big picture and you know, he talks about like his big picture is really about him. Like, and how he takes stuff. So everything like, oh, I wasn't thinking about that. I was being selfish. I was thinking about my big picture. No, you were thinking about you. Because your big picture is just a big old sweaty ass picture of you. You know what I mean? Standing with a big shit-eating grin on your face. So it's all about you. And you use these ladies as excuses for why you should be able to mistreat these other ladies because it benefits you. And it's ridiculous. Amy Martin said, this live got me through my last minute of gift wrapping. Thank you, James. Love this channel. Oh, that's awesome. So I told you, you're having a wrap party. Jalen said, I gave up on wrapping. The rest of the stuff is going in the stocking. That's why you got to have gift bags. Pro tip, gift bags will save your ass. When you get your fingers get tired and you run out of tape, get them damn gift bags. Or just do if it gets too bad, just do the surprise. All right, you guys sit in the living room. I'll be right back. I'm going to go in another room. Hey, guys, come out. All the big stuff is wrapped. You know what I mean? Lori Caride said, I get it, James. I'm sitting here with all of you, and I am grateful. I recently lost both my parents. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. My kids are in different states. Yeah. And I have been really sick. Oh, no. So I appreciate everyone. Well, I hope you get better, Lori. I hope you get better. And, you know, there's always the phone. And, you know, FaceTime. Nothing wrong with a little FaceTime action. Yes, it's a hard thing. Both parents. Yeah, we were talking about that last week. And that now is the time when you miss those seats at the table. You know, just fairness. Like this is the time of year where you got Thanksgiving and you got Christmas right behind it, or Hanukkah or whatever you celebrate. And it can be, you know, especially on first couple. It's rough. It's rough. So heart goes out to you, Lori. I hope you have a wonderful holiday. I do. I hope you have a wonderful holiday. You know. I will raise a glass to you tomorrow. I promise you I will raise a glass to you guys tomorrow. All you guys. Because you guys, you know, I'm going to close this out. I promised you guys I wouldn't take you till 4 in the morning. Because that's a hard get up, Jack. I'm telling you, them kids like, shake, get it up. We got stuff to do. We got presents open. Christmas is here. You know what I mean? But I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I appreciate you guys, like all the support with the super chats, the comments. What I genuinely appreciate too, if I'm going to keep it all the way a stack, all the way 100, I appreciate you guys being so positive in my chat boxes and supporting and encouraging one another, having fun with each other. It's not all about me and what I say, but it's about the community and about you guys enjoying your time with each other. And so as long as we've created a place where people can come and relax and have a good time, kick back, talk some shit, like pardon my French, but that's part of it. Like just a place where you can come and relieve some of this craziness that we are seeing not only on the screen, but as it reflects in our daily lives. And we can take a little break from that, get a little respite from it so that we can build ourselves up and get stronger. So when we come back, we can hit the field even harder and hit this job or hit these relationships the way we need to do it. And this is one of the things that you use to do that, then that's what this is for. It's not about who's right. I don't really know these people when it comes to Kody. I'm giving my best estimate from my relationships and the people that I've interacted with before and what I know about people on what is going on in these relationships. But as far as Kody and them, they're going to do Kody, Robyn, Christine, Meri, Janelle, they're all going to do what they're going to do. Right? And if we could use this group to try to talk to people and say, look, if you're in a like situation or you're about to get in this type of situation, and these are the things that we notice about these types of situations and maybe why you should consider not being in these situations anymore or leaving these situations or not getting involved with these situations, and we can help somebody that way, that's why I have this group. That's why I started all this. That's why I started the channel, was because I wanted to share those ideas. And hopefully, if we can help people through their issues or help people prevent certain issues, then that's what I'm about. And that's what this whole thing started out as. Because that's actually how I didn't start out watching a lot of reality shows, believe it or not. Like I got into them because I'll come down and I thought it was a cool way for me to be able to have conversations, especially with my daughter, give her like that perspective of, sharing my ideas or how I see relationships or whatever without, it always being, because a lot of times as parents, it always turns into a lecture of, what are you doing with your friendship? Let me tell you about life. Let me tell you about love and relationships. Like, it's just too much. So it's easier to say, look at that example. This is what's going on in this example from my perspective. You have to take into account everything, all the pieces that's going on, and it just trying to help pass on my view of how to understand relationships or situations so that she has a better opportunity to be able to make good informed decisions as she's engaging in certain relationships moving forward. And that's what I wanted to do. And I wanted to, it came to my attention because I've always kind of done that. And so it came to my attention even as a younger dude that I would talk to some of my female friends or even some of my guy friends, and they would say, nobody ever said that to me. I'm like, really? Nobody ever told you this? Even down to like just the simple stuff of like mama's baby, papa's maybe. If you, just as an example, if you are messing around with a person and a young lady or person gets pregnant, it will change that person's life moving forward. Their life is going to be different. Whether they keep the baby, they don't, and make that choice. If they keep the baby, the physical changes, the psychological changes, the hormone changes, and the things that they're going to go through when they go through labor, raising the children, if they keep the child, or if they don't, if they put it up for adoption, that's something they're going to carry. Some of these guys, they can drop one off and keep it pushing and it never affects them. So from that respect, something that was told to young ladies before my generation, and even in my generation, some of the young ladies I knew, parents used to tell them, mama's baby, papa's maybe. And so I would say that, and the girls, what? I never heard that. Like, yeah, you got to be careful. Some of these dudes will drop them all. Just little stuff. I mean, that's basic. But, just the fact that some people never heard that. So that's why I started this channel. Just Scrapping. Catherine Green in the house. What's up, Just Scrapping? Holla at your boy. $19.99. I'm sorry. $1.99. $19.99 super chat. Merry Christmas, James. James's family and all those who are here. Merry Christmas to you. Just Scrapping, like I said, Just Scrapping, I will always be indebted to you because Just Scrapping opened my eyes to the super flow of Robyn and her dancing feet. Like, you talking about Dancing with the Stars. Robyn gonna be on Dancing with the Stars. Throwing it up. Throwing it back. No, she not. Because that shit was haunting. That shit was haunting. I saw that. Because you ever see something, you hear about something, like, man, I'm going to get this joint. I'm going to laugh my ass off. I was watching. I was like, oh. Oh, wow. Oh, no. This is bad. Like, oh, ooh. So, I didn't know what to do with it. Yeah. But, yeah, thank you so much, Catherine. Appreciate you. Have a Merry Christmas, by the way. Lizzie B, $5 super chat. Oh my God, it just hit me. All three of you are the reality trinity. All of you have the words reality on your YouTube channels. Thank you, James. Thank you. Lizzie B in the house. Yeah. Good folks. Like I said, with the two of them, at least in my experience thus far, they are the people that they appear to be on the screen. So you can take it from there. Like when I talk to them, they're the same personalities they have on screen. Because I've been in that situation too, where you see somebody on TV or you see somebody in a movie or whatever, and they come off one way, or they have a certain persona or perception as being one type of person, and you meet them in person, they're a totally different person. The two of them, genuine people. The good folks. Good peeps, as they say. You know. So, yeah. But, yeah, I have a lot of fun with them. And it was the best part of it, too. Okay, Ada Doom, good night. Merry Christmas. I'm about to wrap this bad boy up, too. I still got presents to wrap. I'm falling behind. But, yeah, like I said, they're good people. At least from my perspective, especially from that first collaboration that I did with them. Easy to work with, a lot of fun, very relaxed personality. So it was really cool. Just Scrapping, Catherine Green, $4.99 super chat. Why do you think Robyn acted the way she did on the talkback? She acted like she was there against her will. And zero chemistry. It was awkward. I think because Robyn is trying to set up her new show. I think that's what it is. I think Robyn's trying to set up a new show. Because they're trying to create a dynamic where the two of them aren't getting along. And they aren't seeing eye to eye. And she's kind of barking at Kody. And I'm actually, thank you so much, Just Scrapping. Not only for the super chat, but you also reminded me, I want to do a video where I'm going to specifically talk about speaking Robynese and Kodynese. And one of the things that I wanted to talk about, I'll give you guys a little preview. One of the things I wanted to talk about during that video when it comes to Robyn is there was a point where she came out and it seemed like she was giving some pushback on Kody. But it was for a different reason. I'll leave it there. Give you a little teaser. Ooh, a little teaser. But things that she does, it seems like even when she tries to seem like she's being cool, she's not being cool. She's not being understanding. She's not giving to Kody like something real that he can work with, where she's giving him real, genuine criticism. Usually, if you look at it through the lens of how she would look at it, not how I would look at it or how I would understand it, but how she looks at it, it's usually from the perspective of her saying, this is what I need, and this is what serves me. Everything is about her. And because she is very self-centered. Everything flows and operates around her. Kody can't be happy unless these other women come to her and kiss her ass and tell her it's okay. Like, what? Just shit she says doesn't make sense. Like, it doesn't make sense. Why would anybody come to you and, what? I've never even heard it. I never even would have thought of even saying that to somebody. I need you to tell me it's okay. That I cheated with your person and that you forgive me. If you don't, I can't be with them and be happy. then you are not gonna be happy. You know what I mean? Like, cause she's not coming to them like, this is your ex, and you guys had broke up, and you were separated for years, and you share a child together, and I come into their life. Robyn comes into Kody's life, and the ex baby mama who hasn't been with Kody for years, Christine hasn't been with him for years, is making Robyn feel a certain kind of way, and she just wants to know that she's okay with Christine dating her. Or better yet, I even taken another step. Christine and Robyn are friends. Christine's married to Kody. Christine and Kody break up. Because this is where you hear this kind of, and this is where it comes from. Kody, Robynese. This is, I think, where it comes from. Christine, the whole ask about the forgiveness. I'm having breakthroughs on the show. You guys are here for it. This is how my mind works. But Christine and Robyn, if they were friends, like in a traditional sense, your girlfriend, you friends. You're married. You have a boyfriend. You and your boyfriend or your husband break up. Then Robyn, not a part of it. Not the reason y'all broke up. Like, she wasn't cheating with him, wasn't going out with him. Y'all broke up. You're separated. Christine started dating Dave Woolley. She's about to get married. She's engaged. Robyn goes to her friend, and because she ran into Kody at some rando ass place like the supermarket or whatever, they started talking. They had a conversation. He asked her out. She always thought he was attractive, but she goes to her friend and say, look, I want to date your ex, but I want your permission because I would feel guilty trying to date your ex because it's your ex, and I'm going to cross that line. So I need your permission so that I feel like I could be happy. That's that conversation. That's the only way I've ever heard that conversation ever had. Like, you know what I mean? I want to date your ex, and I need your permission to do it. Otherwise, I feel guilty. I feel like I'm cheating you or I'm betraying you. Most people would say, no, because that's my ex. And more to the point, how long has this shit been going on? Like, you know, that's usually when you kind of back your way into that whole conversation. But yeah. Kathy Ferrer said, sarcasm, but after the holidays, I know my snarkiness will be better. Oh, man. Yeah, Michelle Vittoria, she's a walking Robyn doesn't explain anything. She's a walking, talking contradiction. She is. Because I think that when they say that nobody understands Robyn, because Kody gives her all the credit for doing the right thing, but most of us don't give her any of that grace. So we just assume she's doing something wrong and conniving. 9 times out of 10, I think we're probably right and Cody's wrong because he's looking at it through a rose-colored glasses. But like, I think that that's just the crazy thing. Sarcasm for fun. Pop Sykes' wife calls it Robyn-splaining. Yeah. Let me tell you what Robyn thinks, because Robyn doesn't really express herself well. And here's the thing. You know, even with that, if they try to make the argument that Robyn doesn't express herself well, that would be a reason as to why she shouldn't have her own show. Like, you would be answering your own questions. If somebody from TLC is watching this, that would be a reason why you would not give her own show. If Kody could arguably say after 14 years on TV, nobody knows who Robyn is, then that means Robyn don't have what the young kids call riz. She don't have a riz. Like, you know, she doesn't have charisma. Because she's been on the show that long and nobody ever took time out to figure out who she is. It's not that you don't have the opportunity to let people know who you are. You just never took it. And to be honest with you, the I'm too shy to be on TV bullshit doesn't play. It doesn't work. You can't be a TV star and shy. It doesn't work. If you're the shy girl next door or you're a TV star, you can't be both. because you have to be able to keep and maintain people's attention. So you can't do that if you're too quiet to say anything and nobody ever really knows who you are and you don't never want to say nothing because you are too afraid to defend yourself. Then the reality TV show is the absolutely positively worst place for you to be. I agree with the idea that, when it comes to Kody and this family, and this will be one of the last things I say, guys, because I'll keep saying that shit and I'll drag you out until 4 o'clock in the morning. But, yeah, Robyn's too boring to have her own show, Lizzie B. She is not into sports or travel, cooking, etc. Yes, charisma. She lacks it. Yeah, look, because, like, when it comes down to it, if she can't hold the attention of an audience, if you've been on this show this long and nobody knows who you are, it's not the idea that you don't have the opportunity to tell us who you are. You just chose not to. If you choose not to express yourself, that's on you. If I don't know what you're thinking, but you have plenty of opportunity to sit your ass on the couch and tell us what you're thinking. You can't tell me that TLC is turning the camera off because you sit down and say, I want to tell these mothers exactly what's going on with me. Lights go black. Like, wrap it for the day. That's not happening. They want that smoke. So if Robyn has something to say, you better start damn saying it. If you want us to know something about you, you better start saying it. The problem that she has is that you don't want us to know who you are because who you are is probably a shitty person. Be honest with you. 1, 2, you don't want us to know who you are because if we ever get a hold of your actual personality, you're afraid that we won't like it. So you're trying to construct a person. You're trying to construct a personality that you think that we're going to like. And the problem is that that's not a genuine person. We can feel it. It's not authentic and it's not genuine. And therefore, we don't like you. Because nobody likes somebody who sits around and pretends to be somebody else. And it's clear that you're trying to hide yourself from us. Because the natural response is, why are you trying to hide? What do you have to hide? What you trying to hold back? This is where it gets dangerous. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's why is that Robyn circles the donkey and Kody's the donkey. Ass. Yeah, I tell you what. But I hope you guys, the backlash is so bad, she has to go back to that. Yeah. Amy Wheeler. I wish I could put this up on my thing. My screens got jacked up. Something happened. Kremlins. What is it? Let's see if I can find it over here. I'm sorry. I've seen some good points. I want to point them out, but I can't. Buggus in the house. What's up, Buggus? I appreciate that, Alicia. Circles. Damn it. I missed it. I missed the one. I apologize. Because there's some good points. You guys, you know what? Like I said, the chat box be fire. Yeah, I'm telling you, Karen Vola, these gremlins are real. We call them Kremlins, like the Kody gremlins. That shit is real. Because it seems like I did my first live. This will be, like I said, this will be my last thing. I keep saying that shit. This will be my last thing. I did my first live. It went off great. The start thing happened. The start soon was working. Everything was popping. I clicked my button, went live. No flaws, no problems. It was awesome. Had a great time. Every episode since my first one, something's going wrong. The damn sound don't work when I come on. The picture ain't up and you can hear me but you can't see me. You can see me but you can't hear me. I go to put my clips in. My clips work. Sometimes they don't work. Sometimes they're on my soundboard. Sometimes they not. You know what I mean? It's always something. I swear. Like today my monitor went down. Like, what the shit? Like my chat box came out. I think it's on the monitor that's blacked out. So I can't see my damn chat box the way I want it. So I had to create like a workaround. Like all this shit is on the fly. Hope you guys appreciate it. I'm a pilot. Both my engines blew out. And I'm about to lose a wing. But we gonna land home because it's almost Christmas. Oh man. And I just, and I just say, look, when I see a lot of this stuff, I want to just say that, like I say it and I'll keep saying it, that when we're going through a lot of this craziness, we can point it out and we'll get some laughs out of these bad situations, and they may never. Kody, Robyn, Janelle, Christine may never, or their kids may never hear what we have to say. But if we can reach one person, then it's all worth it, But that I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I appreciate you guys taking time away from your rapping, or maybe just enjoying a rap party where you put the screen on, the YouTube, hit the YouTube, and they're doing your stuff, prepping food, have a great time tomorrow. Have an excellent time. If you're not hanging out with friends and family, have a good time by yourself, and at least like yourself enough to where you always enjoy your company when you're alone. I think that's my number one rule. I like me. I can be in the house with myself because I don't have a problem with me. It's those assholes out there in the world that give me issues. When I come home, I'm good. I close the door. I'm fine. Find peace in your house and everywhere else is fine. But I want you guys to have a fantastic day. Whether you celebrating a holiday or not, I hope you have a bang up ass day. I hope you have a memorable day. Make tomorrow memorable. Make today memorable. Live the life today that you want to have tomorrow. Be the person that you are. And that's also a really good message that I like too. I heard that a little bit ago, and I'll leave you guys with that. That, instead of always sitting around hoping and praying that one day you'll become this person, and when you become this person, you'll do these things, be that person today. And then once you become that person, then the things that you want to be able to do, you'll be able to do as that person. But be the person that you want to be today. Maybe you're not fully outfitted, kitted, suited and booted, but be that person today and enjoy your time. But thank you guys. I hope you have a great night. Hope you all get some good sleep. I promised you I wouldn't keep you up all night. I promise you, I'm trying to keep that promise. So I just ran through some points. I'm going to be releasing some videos, so keep an eye out for some of the videos that I have coming out. Don't forget that we'll be live on Tuesday with Amanda and the Reality Squad's Sarah Howe. It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. They're great ladies to work with. I hope you guys have a fantastic evening. Get some good sleep. Have a great day tomorrow. Enjoy your family. Enjoy everything that's going on. And as always, that's my take. I'm James. This has been My Take on Reality, and I'm out. Oh, I forgot real quick before I go. Make sure you remember to hit that like button and that subscribe. I told you I'm bad at the YouTube shit. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe button. Merry Christmas, everybody. Have a great time. Happy Hanukkah, those who celebrate, and those who don't, have a great day. Thanks again. I'm out.